Good afternoon from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I'm Scotty McKeever. Good to be with you today. Welcome to our first coast-to-coast show from Santa Anita Park and Gulfstream Park. Every Saturday and Sunday, we'll play the coast-to-coast pick five with a $1 denomination and a player-friendly 15% takeout. Today's first leg starts in race number 9 from Gulfstream Park, and that starts at 4:10 p.m. Eastern Time and finishes in race number 8 from Santa Anita Park and finishes at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. I'll be with you all day. There's 10 races from Santa Anita Park, and it's Cal Cup Day at Santa Anita Park, which means all 10 races are Cal-bred races, and 5 of those are stakes races, so that should be a lot of fun. And if that's not good enough for you, we've got a mandatory pick 6 payout in the jackpot pick 6, and that starts in race number 5. I hope to see everybody get involved in the chat room, and let's get a ton of booms going today too. So good to see everybody up. What up, Chris, Anthony? Yo, Dan, what is up? Jen in the house. Joe, then what's going on, guys? Oldie, my man, Scotty, Jay, who else is in here? Mark, John's in the house. Drew, what up, Drew? Chuck, Rodney, my man, Anthony Fernandez, what up, Dave? And Steven, of course. It's good to be with you guys. And hopefully we can kick ass today. I might have a few bugs in here. I might have to refresh the screen just a few times. I'm on a test site here, but this site that I'm using is getting closer and closer to what you guys will see here soon with the release. So Laurel Park is coming up. You can see Santa Anita race number 1, though, is coming up. We'll be able to show races from Santa Anita Park, Golden Gate Fields if we want to play it, and Laurel Park, which is going into the gate, and then, of course, Gulfstream Park. So going to be a action-packed day today, and so good to see you guys today. What up, Ken? Thomas in the house. I'm ready to go. What's up, Eric? All right, Santa Anita 1. Let's do a pick 5, early pick 5, and it's a 2-horse race in my mind. This is between the 2 and the 4. You'll see my notes on the top right. If you see notes, then it means that I handicapped the race. The 2 had a really big pace advantage in the last race and was caught by the 4. The 4 was pretty close, but there is a big cutback in distance. But look at the 4, the Chosen Brawn, 1-9 here. That's pretty big. This really does look like a 2-horse race. I think the other horse is the 1, Phineas, 17-1. You know how we're going to play it, I don't know. That one's tough. You know, there's really not a lot of money in here, but why don't we look at maybe an early pick 5? Should we just use the 4 or the 4 and the 2? 1-9. I think you're looking at an ice cold exacta minimum 4-2. There is a cutback in distance. You can see the Chosen Brawn won this race. Has won 3 straight races. The Big City Lights look. Went 7 furlongs last time out, and when facing the Chosen Brawn was only a half a length. So, it's a big. I think that Big City Lights deserves a look. I don't know that you can ignore it. This horse is going to go all out and be possibly very tough to beat on the front end. So I think we leave the 2 and the 4. The 8 horse, the system is singling. It's a 44% horse, Moon Ice. It's 7-5 EquinEdge morning line. It's a 69 GSR, which is good. This big long shot is a 76 GSR. Going up, look at this, 14 points in GSR, but is jumping from a 32,000 maiden claimer to this state bred level. Of course, all the races today over at Santa Anita are state bred, which means that they were bred in California. Mark Latt takes over. This horse really had a bad break. I don't know if this horse is going to win, but this horse might take him further than you might imagine, being that these are Calbreds, and so we'll see. That you can see it was a pretty tough 32,000 maiden claimer at Del Mar, and those races at Del Mar are usually much tougher than they are at Santa Anita because everyone wants to take their best horses down there and win a race down there. So, it could be a tough race. You have 3 first-time starters. The 11 horse is very interesting with a good GSR at 5-1 EquinEdge morning line and 14%. Of course, you have a first-time starter that's an EquinEdge long shot. That's always very dangerous for Dan Blacker. Oldie's show is great. I know. Oldie and Justin. Chris was on sometime yesterday too, and I got a chance to watch for a couple of minutes, and Chris did an amazing job as well. So Yeah, it's just the beginning. It's awesome. Kevin, what up? Manny in the house, what up? Russ, what up, Russ? Yeah, you know, I heard Coach Guerin hit that. I think it was the early pick 5 over at Gulfstream Park yesterday. This is a true story. I swear to you guys. Hold on here. I don't want to miss this race though. I was going to play it. I'm laying in bed. I've got my computer. I'm looking at the early pick 5 at Gulfstream Park, and I do the ticket. And of course, I'm singling that 3 horse, which was 40% EquinEdge long shot. I believe it was top pace, top GSR. Nuts. Anybody that plays the uses EquinEdge knows those situations they win so often. Single that horse, put in a ticket. The ticket was like literally $120, and then I'm like, I'm gonna put this in. There's 20 minutes to the race, and I fell asleep. Woke up, and son of a bitch, it hits. So frustrating. So very frustrating. This would be the ticket. Hernandez gets off of the off to ride this first time starter. This too. I thought that was very interesting. Gets off the 5. Maybe this first time starter you want to use. But the 2 top GSRs, this horse looks very tough. And for Mark Glatt, Mark Glatt is such a good trainer. He really is. So they're at the gate in race number 1. I might bet a little bit with you. I want to first see how it goes, but I mean, at 1 to 9, I don't think it's going to be so easy. I think this 2 horse is going to run a damn good race, but maybe you do something like a bigger exacta 4-2 cold, and then maybe you come back with like a smaller exacta 2-4 to cover your bet. I do think the 1's the 3rd place horse, Phineas. I'm sure everyone else does as well, so you probably won't get much money on the trifecta, but it looks like a beautiful day over in California. I heard it's cold out there. It's beautiful here as well in Florida. It's a little bit colder than normal. And Frank Miramani is going to have the call. 1 to 5 right now on the 4. But again, they're cutting back a furlong from the last race that these 2 faced each other. And Big City Lights is going to have a big pace advantage. So, what's up, Jay? Yeah, sleep is definitely overrated in this case, isn't it, Dan? Oh man! And I woke up before it, but I actually went to go get some lunch, and I come back and I don't know what time it was, but anyways, I saw that and I'm like, oh man! Anytime I see an EquinEdge long shot that's 30-40% and one more metric is calling its name, I'm all about it. All right, here's the opener here, and a big day from Santa Anita Park, Cal Cup Day.
They're in the gate. And they're off in the Don Valpredo Cal Cup Sprint. The Chosen Vron and Resilient going out to battle for the lead, joined by I'll Stand Taller, 1 from the rail.
I don't know if this is a strategy. It must be. I am shocked to see the 2 in the back when it has that kind of pace advantage.
At the back of the field.
I mean,
Chosen Vron,
I don't know.
while in hand.
Slow break. That's not normal.
On the outside, Resilient tries to press him in 2nd. I'll Stand Taller drops back a bit 3rd. Big City Lights goes to his outside, 2 clear of Tigre to Sluggo, and another 5 to Phineas.
Really still surprised that the 6 horses even in the vicinity of the 4.
For stride. 3 back, Big City Lights clearly in
2 is struggling right now. The 4's in hand though. Jockey's in hand with the 4. The jockey on the 6 is really struggling. Here comes the 2.
Tips to the outside to try and come after the Chosen Vron with a furlong left to go. The Chosen Vron kicks clear by 2. Big City Lights moves into 2nd. Resilient is 3rd. Past the 16th. The Chosen Vron gets a big test from Big City Lights. Here is
wow.
4-2.
Yeah, you know what? That was that was their strategy. That is crazy. That was crazy. Crazy. Look at that. Chosen Vron getting the win, but barely. You knew it was going to be a closer race. I don't think Big City Lights wanted to go 7 furlongs, but that was a good race. Love the Chosen Vron. All right, Oldie got that. Good. Doug got that as well. So, all right, that's a good way to start. What's up, Stephanie? What's up, Daniel? Chris hit a couple of tickets. I know that Justin hit a couple of tickets as well. And So anyway, I don't know if you guys seen this yet, but check this out. Have you got, and we have a new one actually. It's going to even be a little bit more it's like, but you see now we have this the start for the down the hill races that kind of identifies when it's a downhill race. And what's up, Gary? You got the try, Russ? Yeah, look at that was the EquinEdge long shot, the 6 horse. The one never ran. Disappointing effort from the one. All right, what do we have coming up next? Let's look at the multiplayer. Golden Gate, 12 minutes. Probably Gulfstream Park. We might start looking. I did handicap all the races. Sorry to mute you, Frank. I did handicap all the races for the Coast to Coast Pick 5. So the Coast to Coast Pick 5 is 5 races, of course, that are gonna change from Gulfstream Park back to Santa Anita, back to Gulfstream Park, and then Santa Anita has the 2 last races. And they're going to change these races, the Coast to Coast, going to be every Saturday and Sunday at Santa Anita and Gulfstream Park. And they're going to change, though. They're going to change up which races they are. Sometimes they're going to throw more stakes races in there. And so they're a 1% takeout or a 15% takeout with a $1 denomination. So it should be a lot of fun, big wagers, and a lot of money in the pool. So a lot of people have been pumped up waiting for this. So thank you very much, Anthony. Yeah, the features they're getting good. You're going to see a little bug here. It's no big deal where the trainer information is missing. So we still have the jockeys. You can see that. So if you see this blank space, I'll take it away and we'll be all good to go. So hopefully we won't miss that today, but Brad's working on that. You can see the SOR here is for the same surface and conditions. So if you're new to EquinEdge, you can see here that when you look at a horse like the 1 horse, it's 5-1 on the odds makers morning line, but it's 12-1 EquinEdge morning line, only 4% chance of winning, and it's got a low SOR going 6 furlongs on the dirt. So horses like this, we can look at the past performances. And this is a horse that's going from $32,000 to $50,000. So it's actually moving from a 38 strength of race, which is our class number, to a 50 SOR. So, I mean, Bob Hess Jr. must have a lot of confidence in this horse. He must. It's a weird place to put this horse because there are no indicators that show that this horse can beat this field, not to mention it's on the rail. So, of course, my inclination is to automatically throw out a horse like this, and I will, and it's got to beat me. But it's kind of a weird move. But Bob Hess might know something that we don't know. So what you want to do is look at the changes to see, okay, so Lasix is on. So you have to look and go, okay, is Lasix going to make the difference? And also, by the way, when you see anything in red, it means it's a first-time occurrence. Like Umberto Rispoli is getting on the 3 horse for the first time. That's a new. Okay. Find your love here. No, I pass. All right. That's the lesson for the hour. Race number 7 at I believe the Coast to Coast wager. What did that trifecta pay for the 6 horse? Not much, $3.90. Coast to Coast. So here's the thing. Right now, we're just showing Coast to Coast Pick 5. When you click on it right now, it's going to say Coast to Coast. Next week, it'll tell you the track. So I had to write it over here. So this Coast to Coast Pick 5 starts in race number 9 at Gulfstream Park. So it proved a little bit more difficult to program that, but we'll have that next week. But we've got it clear right here. There is a horse aftercare program of Jockey Fundraiser that you can support. So Cindy, make sure you maybe put the link in there for everybody, okay? All right, so that starts in race number 9. We're only in race number 7. Let's see here. A top winner at Oakland at 19-1. You know, it's so funny. I had a text earlier today from, I went back to Oakland Park, and I had the best time in Arkansas. The people were great. I just had such a good time. And we have so many users in Arkansas. Can't even tell you. I might have misunderstood your question, Cindy. So you're asking, no, I'm asking you, hubby, won 10% and told Justin to make a donation. I still don't understand what you're saying. Oh, is there an aftercare program, Jockey Fundraiser, that you support? Oh, well, that's awful kind of you. I'm going to get back to you on that because there is one. I just forget the name of it. There's one that I actually trust very much so. And I'm just drawing a blank on the name. In fact, like one of these days, we'll have partnerships with these people as well. I will say this: the PDJF, it's the Permanently Disabled Jockeys Fund. I would donate to that because that is such an important one, and every dime goes straight to those disabled jockeys for sure. So I would start there. But if you're committed to the horses instead, let me know and I'll get you that. Okay. So we've got
with him
Gulfstream Park, race number 7, and let's do a pick 5. 50-cent denomination. Okay. Oh, let's. All right, let's try this again. Again, I'm on staging, you guys, so bear with me. It's always being updated, so sometimes it'll slow. The system is singling this 7-horse Fly the W. Seven to 5 EquinEdge morning line, has the top GSR, has a good SOR. So you know what I do when I see a horse like this? Then I want to see the class. I want to see horses that have done well. I see the 6-horse Poppy's Boy. And I see a horse like this, and it's always very interesting to me. Really good connections. And
still time for your wagers on the late.
It has a win, a second, and a third against a 59 SOR going this distance. And it's got the second top SOR in the last 5 races. So it's been facing better horses. The 4 doesn't really look like a contender to me. And then I'll sort the EquinEdge morning lines as well. The 11 horse has 2 wins against a 53 average SOR. So it's a bit lower. 10 horse has 2 wins, but it's been against much easier. And it looks good on paper. And it won easy last time out. And Tyler's back aboard, but that was on the turf. For me, it's not my type of play because when it did win on the synthetic 2-back, it was against a 52 group. It was 17%. Now it's 10%. But I will say this, Imaginary Stables and Elizabeth Douglas, John Guarneri is my friend, and I root for him. And this horse has 5 wins. They are in fuego right now. So Jock, the PDJF, Cindy, is perfect. Happy New Year to you, Doug. Happy New Year to you. Old Friends. That's the one I was thinking of, James. Old Friends is very good. I get rid of these, the 1% horse here.
The horses are at the gate.
I always look at the EquinEdge long shot. So here's an EquinEdge long shot that's very interesting. From the perspective of this, it's 17% to win. Okay. And it's got 2 wins in 2 seconds against a 58 average group. I would think the 3 horse is extremely live here. You could do an exacta box.
The gray Congruent will be next. He is the 5th choice currently.
I would like an exacta box 7-3-11. 7-3.
Over $500,000 in the late pick 5. Good luck
3-6-7. That's what I would recommend. Well, that's race 8. Excuse me.
On the outside, 2 gates are Suzak and Worthington.
3-6-7. And here, this major dude. I know this horse very well. Just hard knocking. And has been facing better horses. Has a good GSR. Throughout that last race. And it was the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Turf. In with 3-year-olds, first race of the year.
Half in, half out. Now all the way up. Gives you added wagering time. So they've backed out Congruent.
Pletcher and Ortiz.
Everybody out. Stand by for more.
All right, so they're backing out the horses good because I was on the wrong race. This horse seems to be legitimate. Grand Motion, Joel Rosario. It's the EquinEdge 2nd pick, 2nd top win percentage. This horse won the Pilgrim Grade 2. So it's a Grade 2 winner, but that's as a 2-year-old. A lot of times what you don't know is these horses will really improve as they get older. And some of the ones that did well as 2-year-olds, not so much. But you know what I see with this horse? I really see a horse that got better later on, which would bode well for a horse maybe to do better as a 3-year-old.
Minor adjustment here being made on the starting gate. Wagering.
There is an adjustment.
Over 650,000 in the late pick 5. Still time for your wagers.
The breeding on this horse is super good. The turf breeding on the 6 is super good. I mean, Worthington beat a non-winners of 2 lifetime field. I mean, it did what it was supposed to do, and now it's coming here. It's not impossible, not my type of play. I would imagine this horse here is the real deal. They've had some time with this horse. Suzak. I like the chalk. I like the chalk. Barzini, the 5 horse.
All set with the starting gate. Horses going back in line now for the Dania Beach. Apologies for the slight delay. Hope it gave you some added wagering time. Cheerful Charlie at a big price here. He's 50 to 1.
Yeah, I like the chalk. I like 2 and 6. In fact, I wouldn't even use these horses here. I would just use those, regenerate. And I kind of like this 6 horse here.
So down to just Suzak and Worthington.
Something like that. You don't like the 2 guys, huh? 9% win percentage out next on Breeders' Cup horses.
In the colors of Larry Johnson, Suzak.
It's like that with horses that go to Dubai as well, but this horse looks very tough in here. I don't see any indicators that show that this horse is not going to run a good race. And the 6 might need the race. So we'll see. Grand Motion's pretty good with horses off of layoff. So, and the 6 does look really good, confident on the track. But this is not that strong of a field. I would be really surprised if the 2 couldn't handle this field unless the 6 ends up being a real player. Justin says the 4 is live. I didn't really care for the 4 that much.
And they're off. in the Dania Beach. Good start at the inside for Candidate, who's headed off for the early lead. Here's Worthington moving to him, and the big favorite, Major Dude, away in third. The Gray Congruent is next from Suzak, who's wide on the course and very keen. Barzini is also rank on the course while trying to angle over, but he'll be 4 or 5 deep. The early trailer is Cheerful Charlie.
So Rosario's trying to strangle the 6 right now. So, this horse is really ranked right now. He's having a rough time. You can see he's on the brakes. But when you do that for a long period of time, and the horse is really fighting against the bit, that can, it's going to be really, if this horse wins right now, a lot of times off a layoff too, first time in the country, they can be keen. But a lot of times these types of horses don't have speed either when they're coming in from another country. So I think that, watch how the 6 runs, but maybe even watch it back next time out. It should run better. So Justin's 4 horse is sitting in a really nice position. The favorite, Major Dude, seems completely relaxed.
From 5th, it's Cheerful Charlie, then Barzini.
And Irad seems very confident on the 2.
47-4 for the opening half mile. Candidate tries to shake Worthington.
I don't know if they gave this horse the race. I don't know. Like, I'm looking at Rosario. Does it even look like he's trying?
111-3. Candidate left alone.
Wow, this one horse is gone.
Brilliantly kicked off the corner. He established a 4-length lead at that stage, and now he's looking good. Major Dude tries to catch him on the money. Here comes Major Dude after Candidate. Candidate close
not
to
going to catch him.
Major Dude second. Candidate in front. Major Dude was second. Third was Worthington. 4th was Congruent. 134-3.
So let's look at that one horse. So it was only 2 speed horses. The one was one of them. And this horse has rattled off 2 straight races in a row. So obviously this horse just has some upside. Chris had that. Yeah, speed on the turf has been really good. Yep, tied with the top pace. Let's go to Laurel. We're going to start working on the coast-to-coast wager. That's coming up in a couple of races from now. Race number 9, it starts at in Gulfstream Park, race number 9. 15% takeout only. And it's a $1 denomination. And I think we got a shot. Hey, Kent. Ticket generator used the 1 mo? Did it really? That's what's so great about it, right? Is that it's so subjective. It's fantastic. That's what I was praying for, was that we would create something was subjective, that it would be based on skill, and then, of course, racing luck. I'm not sure that Irad really gave that 2 that good of a ride. I think he could have been closer to the pace, and I honestly think he rode with too much confidence. That's what I think happened, but for what it's worth. Watch it next time out. So we have a clear pace horse. Now, the first thing I look at is sort the SOR, because if you have a high pace horse, but the class of the horse is not that good, then that's not that great. But it's got decent class. It's also got a win in 2 tries against a 58 group. Now, clearly the 2 horse is the class of the field, but is he still good? Let's see what happens. Let's look at that. So 8.5 furlongs. Has a good record, 8.5 furlongs. The form, like disappointed last time out as the favorite, is dropping in class from 40,000 down to 20. So clearly this horse has his issues. And so now it's just a matter of whether you want to trust or not. That's what it comes down to. I'm really not loving this horse, honestly. It's 4-1 EquinEdge morning line. But look at the 1 horse, Miss Dillingham, 5-2 EquinEdge morning line, top EquinEdge pick. If you a big part of the handicapping is not just finding a horse you like, but do you like the favorites? When I look at the 2, not so much. Look, Even though it's dropping from 40,000 to 20,000, look at the SOR. It was 60 last time out, and this horse just stopped, and today it's 58. So it's not like this is that much easier. Now you have a horse in the one horse that's very fast, that has some class. And let's take a look. I mean, the form's no good, but this horse needs a lead. And it should have a clear lead. How about this? The 6-horse Classic Colors. What do you make of this? 20-1 the odds makers morning line. And this horse is 6-1 on the EquinEdge morning line. And it's 6-1. Top GSR. So, I mean, clearly we're all looking at this right now going, holy hell, this looks like a really tough race. Honestly, there's really not much speed in here except for the one. This is an interesting horse funny bet. There could be some speed to set this horse up late. And it's done well. Look at this, 8.5 furlongs. It's earned the most amount of money per start, going 8.5 furlongs on the dirt. So it's stretching out after 3 tries, and it didn't run good. And it runs like a two-turn horse, honestly. So I wouldn't take a favorite in a race like this, honestly. Maybe the 1 can go gate to wire. It's pretty dead on the board, so you can't take a favorite. The 2 looks vulnerable. Maybe a horse like the 3, right? I would, maybe look as they load into the gate. 17-1 right now on the 3.
Game stonks. Witty banter. Misty taste. And they're off. Miss Dillingham and Click to Confirm hustled out for early speed as they roll into that turn run. Right off the lead there early is a Funny Bet, who takes that 3rd position. And Witty Banter in Classic Colors, a Game Stonks racing back at the pack with Misty Taste, and Big Cheeks is last of them all. Big Cheeks trailing the field now, some 11 off of speed. Miss Dillingham has company on the outside from Click.
Yep, we're going to do the mandatory pick 6 too, Oldie.
Keeping up on the outside and keeping that pressure on. Witty Banter is up close in 3rd. Then Funny Bet is in 4th. The outside is Classic Colors with a clear journey. Game Stonks on the inside, trying to advance now within 6 of the front as they move down the back stretch. And Misty Taste and Big Cheeks trailing the field with 5 furlongs left to go. It's still Miss Dillingham and Click to Confirm with the chasing Witty Banter, the gray in 3rd. Game Stonks continues to make progress now. The 2 path and within 3.5 of the leaders heading into the far turn and run. Back to Classic Colors and Misty Taste saving ground on that turn as Funny Bet has dropped to 2nd to last position, and Big Cheeks
really,
trailing the
I've been watching this jockey on the 3. They are not asking this horse. I don't know if you guys, anybody else has seen that besides me. Literally, he's just cruising this horse around the track. He's been grabbing him the entire time. I don't know what that means. Either the horse is hurt or maybe they just gave the horse the race. So you might want to just watch for that next time out. This is a weird ride. But they're laying the horse up right now. I mean, he's not even in contention. There's the 1. 2's toast, which we predicted. Love to see the 1 horse go gate to wire because I know some of you will have that. Come on, nah, 7's going to beat the 1. The 1 ran really good.
Here's Game Stonks and Joey Antholio to take it. Game Stonks to win. 3 lengths at the
7-1-6.
Classic Colors. And then it was Click to Confirm and Big Cheeks.
So like the 3 didn't even finish, so the 3 must be hurt. So let's take a look at that. So 19%, so the 2nd top win percentage, and 2nd top GSR, 3rd top SOR, 3rd top EE morning line. So this is a perfect example, by the way. I didn't, we came to this race late, so I didn't, not that I would have picked him anyways, but this is what you're looking for in a contender. A horse that's like in the top 3 or 4 in all the categories of the metrics. That's what you're looking for. It's not hard to do either. So if you're new, all you have to do is do this. Watch. Sort this. You see the 7 is the 3rd top EE morning line. 2nd top win percentage. The pace doesn't matter. The pace only matters after you decided who you like to see if the horse is going to get that pace. The SOR here, look at third best SOR and GSR second best GSR. Does that make sense? So you still have to bet it right, but 7 horse was always a contender in this race. And of course, the 1 was as well. 1 was the lowest EE of the morning line, top pace, 4th top SOR, and 3rd best GSR. So the 1 would have been a contender. So I think the 6 got 3rd. And the six also is a contender. Top GSR. 2nd top SOR, right? So that horse is a contender as well. So now you have to make a decision on how you want to bet that, but it was always a very competitive race. Santa Anita Park race number 2. Of course, we're going to get out there. What's up, Leo? You got the trifecta? Nice.
Horses coming up to the gate for race number 2.
All right, let's hear what they have to say.
Maiden special weight for the boys. Michelle and Pete had alluded to the fact that some of them were being a little green or a little bit rambunctious in the paddock, but nice to see that all of them have really settled down once they got out on the track. They are young horses, so it is a little bit normal for young horses to be like that. I just wanted to talk for number 1 about number 11, Chrome to Riches for trainer Carla Gaines. It looked from his workouts that he just needed a little bit more distance. So I talked to Carla Gaines this morning, and she said the exact same thing. This race is cutting back from 6 to 5.5 furlongs, and that might hurt this one a little bit, but I think just a first start, getting out of his way, might help him out next time. Another sneaky little long shot that I really liked was
so
number 5,
they're not loving that post. They're not loving the 11 horse. I think I looked at this. Oh, the just a horse you might want to look at is this horse here. It's moving up 12 points in GSR. I'm not sure if it's class level yet. It showed some speed. It didn't run terrible. Of course, the 8 horse is the horse to beat. 7 to 5 EquinEdge morning line. But these horses lose a lot of times. This horse seemed to have everything going its way and then gave up late. It's coming back. You know, it was last time out only 16%. It seems to be improving. There is some speed in here though, like from the 5 who might come out and fire some. Mark Glatt takes over for this horse. We talked about this horse a little bit earlier on in the show. So it's an interesting horse. The 9 horse, this horse broke terrible last time out. I found it very interesting that this horse was 15%, 8-1 on the EquinEdge morning line. And Nick Alexander likes to win, of course, big California breeder. So Steve Miotti is very sneaky. Rispoli, I probably wouldn't ignore this horse. It's got a really good win percentage. The 11 horse is going to end up wide. It's 14%. I'm going to put watch for next as talent from what they said and post. Right. So that will be my note on this horse. And so, you know, for me, and then you got the EquinEdge first time starter long shot. I mean, those are really, really dangerous, but I think I'm going to stick with the win percentages here. I would probably do an 8, 9. And then I had the 7 horse in there, maybe a 7, 8, and 9, maybe the 8 on top of the 7, 9 and a smaller exacta, but the 7 might run a decent race. Let's check out what Frank has to say. It's a nice try, Laurel.
Son of California Chrome takes
what up, Bill?
Spot on the outside. Walking in. They're in the gate. And they're off. Moon Ice had a very quick start. So did Not for Lack of Effort. And on the inside, here's Milo's Papa. Milo's Papa speeds clear by 2. Transitory is in a battle for second with Not for Lack of Effort, and Moon Ice is in between those two. Spiritual Advisor, a joint fifth, having a steady with no room at this stage. Lonesome Stew also in just a tad tight. Bronco Nagurski goes by that pair and is 5 lengths off the lead. Chrome to Riches moves up now nicely to take 4th midway on the far turn. Then Regulation Days has about 8 or 9 lengths to make up. It's another 2 back to Victory Matters. Spiritual Advisor, the distant trailer is both at fault. They turn for home, and it's Mila's Papa with a 2-length lead. Moon Ice angles out trying
So
to
the
close
eight's
the
not
gap,
changing
lugging in
leads, and
just a
I don't
touch.
think is going to
4
catch
lengths
this
back, Chrome to
4. I don't
Riches in
know
the
unless
center
he
of the course.
straightens
Bronco
out.
Nagurski
Jockey's got to
in
hit him
front of him.
left-handed.
It's Mila's Papa.
Come
by
on,
a
8,
length
get
and a
up.
half. Moon Ice with a final try.
Nope.
Mila's Papa was just too speedy. Holds on
4
by
8.
a head.
That was just all
Moon Ice
the
just
8 horse
missed.
being extremely green. That's all that was. Let's take a look at the 4 horse. First time starter, you know, anytime you get these first time starters, it's just so hard to tell. Congratulations to Alex Kitchenman. But that was the first time starter that you really couldn't have accounted for. This 3 horse Spiritual Advisor. These second time starters will often run very good, especially when they run bad first time out. And this horse did. But Moon Ice disappointed there. All right, so race number 8 at Gulfstream Park's coming up in 11 minutes from now. Why don't we look at this wager? Let's look at the coast to coast. Is Pratt not riding good? I haven't really followed that well. Is he not riding good? Works for good for the 4? I mean, this horse got out to a pretty good lead. When these maiden first time starters get a clear lead, they can prove tough. All right, so let's do the coast to coast wager. It's a $1 denomination, okay? But so I'm going to start with $120 and see if we can bid in this ticket on this. Okay, so you can see it's a pick 5. Brian, can you put that back for me? Let's look at that. Okay, pick 5 featuring races from Gulfstream Park and Santa Anita Park. So you can see it starts in race number 9 at Gulfstream Park, and there you go. Thank you, Brian. And then it's race 4 at Santa Anita Park. Then comes back to Gulfstream Park, race number 11. Then goes to race number 6 at Santa Anita Park, and then finishes off in race number 8 at Santa Anita Park. So I'm sure a few of those are stakes races. We'll find out because let's see here. There's $150,000 stakes race there as well. So we've got a lot of non-graded stakes races here today too. So, what's up, Patrick? All right, so first leg. So listen, we want everyone's opinion for sure. But for me, this was all right. So my long shot in the race is the 5, Stephanie's Charm, and I'll tell you why. This horse broke bad couple of races, like 3 races and 2 races back. Still ran good. The only race that didn't run good was against a grade 2 field. But that race last time out was not bad at all. You can see the SOR. There's a non-graded stakes race that actually came up really tough. And the race 2 back in the grade 2, I mean, the horse broke from the 10 hole going 8.5 over at Keeneland. Good luck with that. And then it broke 10th as well. I promise you, like, and lost by 9 lengths, but it's not like the horse lost by 20. So this is a decent animal, and this horse has proven to have a bit of class. And Jose Ortiz jumps aboard as well. So let's look at Rosario gets off the 3 horse, but I think he was taken off. So Cairo Consort, can you imagine? Here's what I'm thinking. Can you imagine the other trainers when they did this non-graded stakes race thinking a horse like Cairo Consort would be in this race? They couldn't have, right? This is a really, really nice animal. It's won $266,000, been in the money in 5 of the 6 tries, and was 3rd in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies at Turf. So now as a 3-year-old, Pletcher takes over. I mean, this is This field is gravy compared to what this horse has faced. Now, what you have to watch out for when you have a horse like this is horses that are up and coming. And one of them could be this horse, the 7 Navy Goat, which is EquinEdge's second pick. I really like this horse. I'm going to make this my top pick, actually. And 3-1 EquinEdge morning line, tremendous breeding. Like, look at this breeding of this horse, especially on turf. I mean, really is amazing. And its top number of 80, which is today, is going a mile. So I'm going to give this horse a big look. Rosario is aboard, and off the 3, I think obviously Ortiz is going to be Pletcher's main man, and it's first time Pletcher. Let's look at any other changes we got here. So Emma Jane Wilson is aboard the 1 Showgirl Lynn B. I mean, this horse is going to be the pace. I think this horse is only a pace factor. That's what I'm seeing here for this horse. The 5 horse Stephanie's Charm. So let's talk about why I kind of like this horse a little bit more. So we talk about this race 2 back, had the 10 hole at Keeneland, throw that out. And the first time going 8 furlongs, the GSR is 61. Look at this horse, just a hard knocking horse. Only earned $49,000. I was really impressed that last effort going 7.5 at Gulfstream Park. And I think this horse can run a better race for whatever reason. I don't think it's going to be good enough to beat the 3 or the 7, but I do think you want to do me a favor and just use this horse in the 3rd spot for a trifecta. And if you do play superfectas, put that horse for 4th. Okay. So it's, yeah. Army Mule's fantastic. Where is it? There we go. So yeah, I was just super impressed with this horse. I mean, it has won super easy. And you know what else was impressive for me? You know, over at Kentucky Downs, breaking her maiden, that was a really impressive effort. Really impressive. And then comes back in a non-graded stakes race here at Gulfstream Park on a new surface, goes down in GSR a little bit, but goes up 10 points in SOR. To me, this is a sign of, and does it easy, by the way, but this is a sign of a horse that's actually like getting better, a young horse. So this is what I'm telling you that you look for to beat a horse like Cairo Consort, who's pretty much already proved herself. So to me, I don't know why you would go any deeper at all. And I think you might want to try. I looked at the 9. I have a note on it. Was losing ground against easier. And I'm going to show you what I mean by that. This is always a negative. Hi, Devesh. So, hey, Wayne. So, look, this horse broke its maiden last time out. Now, first thing you need to know is horses that break their maiden come back to beat winners 5% of the time, okay? But look, this horse was 1 length in front in the stretch. It wasn't coming off of a layoff, so it should have already been fit, and then barely hung on to win. Now it's supposed to go from a 46 SOR to a 72 SOR and win. Plus, it's 8-1 in the EquinEdge morning line. I guess the only thing is this horse does have a nice GSR like most of them, and it is 17% to win. It's got the 3rd top win percentage. So, you know, I can't. Maybe this horse has some talent, but and these horses are. You know, it's only had 2 races. Maybe it's really going to improve. But I have to bet when you have a horse like Cairo Consort and Navy Goat, I have to try to beat a horse like the 9 horse. But maybe you do get 8 or 9 to 1 on this 9 horse, and you put it in the 3rd spot and you hit the trifecta, something like that, right? The other one is the 6 horse, 3-1 on the odds makers morning line, John White, and 8-1 on the EquinEdge morning line. And this horse is coming in from out of the country, and French bred horse, hard read. It won an allowance race, and the SOR in that race was a 50. When it went up in a grade 2, 68 SOR, didn't run so good. Its GSR is 66. I mean, it only lost by 4 in that grade 2, to be fair. And Chad Brown, you know, is the new trainer. Tyler aboard. Tyler's my favorite jockey right now. I'm a big Tyler Gaffleone fan. So is the 6 scratched? Okay, thank you for that. Okay. So we're using the 3 and the 7. Now, when you do that, so for those of you that have never used the ticket generator before, when you do that, and you force the system to only use 2 horses in here, what it's going to do, it's going to take your $120 budget and it's going to regenerate the ticket and add horses in the other legs. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, for whatever reason, the system that I'm on the staging side, and for whatever reason, it didn't pick it up. Thank you, Rory. Thanks, Chuck. Oh, all of you guys said that. I missed that. Billy, thank you. Oh, okay. So it's sold the day after the Breeders' Cup. Thank you for that. Can always count on Doug for good information like that. So Cairo, that's why Pletcher's the trainer. Okay. Makes sense. You know what else I found kind of strange? Anybody else find this strange? Why is this horse in for a $100,000 non-graded stakes race? Is it because Pletcher wants to just get an easy paycheck for 60 grand? Why isn't this horse in a graded race? It's not really been off that long. Why is it in for this race? Is he worried? Does he not have confidence in this horse? It's one of the reasons I'm going with the latter. That's one of the reasons why I'm choosing Navy Goat, who seems to have some upside. So just a thought, right? Anybody else find that weird? Why is this horse not in a graded race? Why is it in a $100,000 non-graded stakes race? The older told him to, you know that for sure? Like, why would the owner tell Todd Pletcher to enter a horse in a $100,000 non-graded stakes race? Ryan, maybe. Yeah, I mean, that's a possibility. That is. Maybe they're trying to time. Maybe they're trying to time something. That's true. I mean, I don't know what the condition book looks like here at Gulfstream Park, but that could be for sure. Scotty, the owner, did not tell Pletcher. I'd be surprised if the owner told Pletcher anything for that matter. I'm sure he's going to let Pletcher do his job. It could, you know what? The more I think about this, it can only be 2 things. Well, no, it could be 3 things. It could be that they're setting up for another race. That's true. There's an old saying as well that 1 race is worth 10 workouts. So remember that. Yeah, no, it's a possibility for sure. Maybe. I'm not wasting a start in a $100,000 non-graded stakes race if I have a horse apparently of the skill set of Cairo Consort. I'm just not. The only reason I would be because I'm holding out for a bigger race and this horse has had a little bit of a layoff and we want this horse fit. That would be the only thing. I mean, this horse was 3rd against 13 other horses in the juvenile filly turf. Right? So interesting. Rosario is on the 7 horse, of course. So to me, it's a 2 horse race. Who do you want for 3rd? Does a 3 win good? I don't know. Does Pletcher not have any confidence in this horse? I mean, we're going to find out. I'm excited because this race is going to go off in just a few minutes, but I'm excited to see what happens. Let's look at the 3 and the 7 on the track because it really is between those horses, and I'm curious to see them. I mean, we're all looking. Wait, is this 3 literally 9-2 right now? I was just going to say, honestly, it does not look that good. Look at that. Wow. What are we missing here? Oh, no, that's the wrong race. What am I looking at? That's the next race. All right, let's get to the coast to coast starts in race number 9. All right, sorry guys. I was looking at that 3 horse going, man, sure doesn't look like a stakes horse to me. I put my notes in here, 3, 6, and 7. That's what it looks like to me. The 11 horse from the wide post maybe is a horse you want to consider for sure, Momza, but The 3 Wicked Finn is 5-1 right now. I've been saying all along 17%. Has 2 wins and 2 second place finishes. Has a really good SOR. The GSR is low though. It is low, no doubt about it. But I would look at that horse. 7 horse is the horse to beat. And the 6 horse is a good long shot. Its form looks bad. I know it won 2 races back, and arguably the race was stronger than what it is today. The trainer's solid. Let's see if we can see any changes. Gonzalez off the 5 horse who had no chance to ride the 6.
The horses are at
And
the gate.
Irad Ortiz gets on this
It's now
11 horse
time.
for the first time. This is a nice looking horse as well, no doubt about it.
Number 8, starting leg of the late
I think the 6 horse has a good look,
$250,000 in that pool.
but the winner's going to come.
Fly the W.
Pretty confident the winner's going to come between the 3, 6,
Size
7,
for Bobby
and
DeMoto.
11. And it's really going to come down to how you bet it. But I think the 6 horse is a good long
Cohiba.
shot. But Ortiz jumps on this 11 Monza,
3 more.
and Fly the W is the
Cadet
favorite,
Corps,
and the
Monza,
EquinEdge long shot is the
Poppy's
3.
Boys.
We'll see what happens. It's an exciting race though. But I'm looking forward to the 9th race, which begins the coast to coast. But let's get out to this race number 8 from Gulfstream Park first.
Monza to the outside under Irad Ortiz Jr. They're in the gate. And they're off. Good start from between for Rothgar, who heads off of the early lead. Company from Fly the W. Super Cohiba makes it a party. Monza's on the outside and speeding through at the rail. Wicked Finn. There are 5 across the course here. Poppy's Boys is next with Sand Dancer holding down the rail, followed by Burning Man. He's dropped better than 6 or 7 lengths off the lead, while second last, the early trailer is Cadet Corps.
Thanks, Vladimir. Yeah, I didn't realize that until I'm looking at the 3 going, man, doesn't look like a stakes horse to me.
3 lengths, so the opening quarter went in 24 seconds flat. Rothgar second, the favorite. Fly the W is third. Holmes in the red blinkers on the outside of Poppy's Boys. Then back to a ridden Super Cohiba. Sand Dancers on his outside. 4 more to Burning Man, and 2 lengths last is Cadet Corps. They go 4.5 furlongs from the finish. Joel Rosario and Wicked Finn in a bid to make all. They went 47 and 2 for a half mile.
6 horse is getting a really nice trip of the rail. I was saying, I mean, that horse is better than it looks.
Monza destined for 4 wide run around the turn. Sand Dancer scrubbed on by Panici. Purple
Come
colors
on,
5
6,
lengths
hold up.
behind as they try to reach Wicked Finn. Wicked Finn about to be engaged by Fly the W, who bids up boldly now. 3 wide, Monza still right there. 3 back to Poppy's Boys, then Sand Dancer. Underway from the back is Cadet Corps, and they're at the top of the stretch. 3 quarters, 110 and 4. Off the turn with 3 across the course. Fly the W, striding to a narrow lead, trying to fight him off as Wicked Finn. Down the center, it's Poppy's Boys. Monza and Sand Dancer are next. Final 16th of a mile. Fly the W is almost home. Poppy's Boys with a late push on the outside. Fly the W digs into win it.
7,
Poppy's
6,
Boys second,
3.
Wicked Finn third.
All right.
Fourth was
Well, look at
Monza,
that.
then
We
Sand
called that
Dancer. And
dead
138
on.
and 2.
Dead on. And that 6 went off at 10-1. Look at that. Look, three's 5-1 as well. 6 is 10-1, so that's good. Boom. There we go. I love the booms. Try for Tom. Vladimir had that. Sweet. Ba-boom. Nice. All right. You got the super, Tom? Holy crap. That's going to be a good super. That 6 getting second was big. Thanks, Dave. All right, look at Christy. She's got it. Alan singled the 7. James has got the try. All right. All right. Now we're going. That's more fun for me than anything with these booms. Justin created those booms. The 6 was the favorite in the exactas? That's crazy. That's because all of you bet the 6 because I like the 6. The 6 did not like being on the inside. Did you see that? I thought the 6 was going to be done, and I don't know what happened. Either they were stopping up front, but the 6 all of a sudden came back. Jen's alive in the pick 4. All right. That's fun. Just suck up a little bit. It gets me pumped up. $13
7 wins,
active.
Fly the W. 6 Poppy's Boys. Third 3, Wicked Finn. Fourth 11, Moms.
All right, Pete. Good call. Pete's great. I've never met Pete. I want to meet Pete. He's got such great energy, doesn't he? I think he's one of the top race callers there is. He's a young man too. He's not that old. Okay, let's get on to. You can see that they're almost finishing over at Golden Gate race number 4. Who was the? Let's just look and see. Who was the top pick? 261, and it's 3-4. Okay, well, that's no bueno.
Approaching the gate.
Oh, the 3 had the second top one. Third, okay, 3-4. It's a tough race on paper. Really disappointing effort from the 2 horse. Huh? It should have really, those 10 furlong races are brutal. For a horse to win back to back like that, good luck with that. All right, let's get out to Laurel though. Laurel Park. We got race number 8. They're almost at the gate. Let's see if we can handicap this real quickly. Oh, paid 15, Chris.
Horses have reached the starting gate.
All right. Top pace number is the 3 horse Paisley Singing. This horse seems to need the lead as well. I try to beat horses like this when they seem to need the lead. It's 38%. We haven't spent a lot of time handicapping, and then you have a horse like the 3 horse that's only had 1 win in 16 tries, and this horse is dead on the board. This Whiskey horse, and it seems to need the lead for its best. So instantly, and then I'm going to get rid of this 1% horse. To me, it looks like the 1 and the 2. I mean, I would lean towards the 2 horse, and who's got more class? The 2's got a really good record. The 1's on the rail, and it's also the top EquinEdge pick. Look how fast we can handicap. Come on, 2. All right, let's see what happens. I'm going to say 2-1. I think the speed's going to stop. You had that try 10 times. What did it pay, Tom?
Backing in Paisley Singing.
Was it competitive? How'd our number do, Ashley, at Aqueduct? Did it go off yet?
Prodigy Doll. Booty Woman.
We're covering, just so you know, Ashley, we're covering 51.65 for 50 cents is a hell of a payoff. Nice try.
She's the hero.
We're covering all Stronach tracks today. And of course, our focus is the coast to coast. This is the first time for the coast to coast wager today.
Whiskey.
Oh, it just went up. Let me know how we did. So there seems to be a lot of speed in here, which should set it up for the 1 and the 2 to come from behind. But pace really does hold at Laurel Park. It really does. So I have mixed feelings, but for me, I got to stick with it, and I would probably play the 1 and the 2.
A bit at the start, quickly recovers though. Whiskey and Rye response time, and Paisley Singing is third early. And then on the chase there is She's the Hero and Prodigy Doll is about 5 off the speed, and Moody Woman is at the back of the pack. Pace heating up, a response time, and Whiskey and Rye. And there goes response time. A neck in front from Whiskey and Rye. They've opened up 3 on Paisley Singing, and then She is the Hero. Prodigy Doll is on the inside, and between horses, Moody Woman as they round that far turn. Response time on the outside. Whiskey and Rye down to the rail, still going at it. They sprint clear from Paisley Singing by about 5 lengths, and then it's Prodigy Doll and Moody Woman, and She is the Hero.
They really are not going that fast.
Stretch now. Response time. Whiskey and Rye out of the
and
inside.
Here comes the 1. I mean, 1 is really flying.
Prodigy Doll now with 6 to make up and trying to pick up speed at the top of the stretch. 3/16 of a mile left to go. It is response time, and Whiskey and Rye to the inside.
6 is shortening strides for sure. I would imagine the 1's got this 6 horse.
On the outside, getting little by little. Time is running out. Here's Prodigy Doll. Prodigy Doll up to grab the lead at the 16 pole. Prodigy Doll from response time. It's Prodigy Doll to win by 2. Response time was second.
All right.
Moody Woman was along for third. Whiskey and Rye.
So the coast to coast starts in about 19 minutes from now. Okay, so if you are on EquinEdge, you can see the coast to coast from here, but you don't know which tracks they are yet because We'll have that next week, okay? It's like the golden hour. We have those wagers. You can see here. You'll see Santa Anita Park. You see that? Then it goes to Golden Gate Fields, then Santa Anita Park, and then Golden Gate Fields. So, but we've had time to program that. This is a new wager today, the coast to coast. But what I will tell you is I've written it down. So race number 9. So if you got a pen, I'll tell you. There you go. Thank you, Brian. So race number 9 is the first leg of the coast to coast. Then race number 4 at Santa Anita. Then race number 11 going back to Gulfstream Park for leg 3. Leg 4 is race 6 at Santa Anita Park, which goes off at 5:30 p.m. Eastern time. And then race number 8 is the 5th leg of the coast to coast pick 5. So there you go. Law Professor Rumpt. Was it you singled that, Tom? Was that our top pick, Ashley? Thank you, Brian. Brian DeCocoy is producing today. It's nice to have him. Usually I'm on my own, so it's nice. GP race 11, the 6 horse. Let's do it. Okay, Mooncat. So my note is GSR does drop, but gets much easier here. So that's it. So look, it was 1% in its first start, and it outran those odds for sure. It was 12-1 bet. It was a GSR 61, and it was a 56 SOR group. Now, one of the things I've been talking about is that the reason the SOR is so important is because every maiden race or every race for that 20,000 claimer, they're different depending on the horses in the race. So you can see in that maiden race, it was a 56 SOR, which our metrics are from 1 to 100, 100 being best. And so you can see how tough that field was. The horse had the 3-hole against 11 other horses and ran 4th by 5 lengths at a 1%. So clearly they liked this horse. But okay. So now it's facing, if you look up top, it's facing a 48 group. So 8 points cheaper, which means this is a much, much easier field than what this horse faced last time, and gets Irad Ortiz to ride. Okay. The negative part of this for me is if you look at the GSR Plus, it's a 60. So the turf, the breeding is not terrible for turf, but the distance in turf isn't so great, and it drops to a 52 GSR. So it's dropping 9 points in GSR. It is EquinEdge's top pick. And as far as it's got the lowest GSR in the race, tied with the 4-horse Cooler King, who's EquinEdge's long shot. So I had mixed feelings. The only negative on the 6-horse is the GSR is the lowest in the race, but everything else is a positive. Let me tell you a horse you might want to consider. How about Jamestown? Check this out. This horse was 3% in its last race. It's 17% today. It was a 54 SOR. It's a 48 today. And look at the GSR, 19 points higher. 19 points. 10-1 on the morning odds makers morning line. So I absolutely would not throw out this 12. Absolutely. Horse to look at. All right. So, and especially when the 6-horse, who's going to be your favorite, most likely, has a 52 GSR, it may be worth trying to beat Jamestown Gate. Yeah. I mean, and it's, look at this horse broke 9th, just so you know, going 5 furlongs in the synthetic, and was only 4, like in the second call was 5.5 lengths back. Where do you think this horse is going to be? This horse could be on the front end from that 12 hole. Boom. Possibly gate to wire. I think that's a good call. So a lot of people are taking the 2. Really? Let's take a look at this. I threw it out. Oh, first time starter. It's 1% to win. Okay. There's no way I would talk anybody off this horse, but I'm just going to tell you that, do you know how many times I've seen a 1% horse win? Like, I can't even begin to tell you. And it's got a low GSR. You know what my guess is? Let's look at the GSR Plus grid. No. It's on the surface it's supposed to be. I don't know. That's a tough one. I can't get down with a 1% horse no matter what. By Justify, by King Kong, by like Spectacular Bid, doesn't matter. I just can't. It's 99% chance of losing based on the win percentages. I mean, Justify is a good sire, but yeah. You're going to lose your ass if you play horses that are 1% to win on our system. You will really lose. Now, if you look at the top 3 favorites and you see vulnerability, maybe that's where you get that 1% horse, but I'd be shocked. So we've got the Coast to Coast wager. And that's coming up here in a minute. Again, I'm on my staging site, and so I'm going to refresh here. So it's coming along, but it needs a little bit of work. All right, we've got time to get to for Santa Anita race number 3. So we're going to do Santa Anita race number 3, and then we're going straight to the Coast to Coast wager. Why is Hernandez off to ride the 2? That was my note. Of course, Pratt's aboard, which is great, but why would you take Hernandez off, who might be the hottest jockey on the planet? Then you have Sassy Nature, which is this horse is going to be on the lead. I almost have no doubt about that. But I mean, this horse had an easy lead last time out and just stopped. Is it getting Lasix? It's getting Lasix on first time and blinkers. That's a tough call. That's a really tough call. Is the Lasix going to help? Did the horse bleed last time out? I don't know. You're going to have to make that call. And you got a first-time starter and the 2 horse that looks pretty good. And then how about the first-time starter, the 7? It's an EquinEdge long shot. Oof. One of those 4 is going to win. I don't know who it's going to be, but it's going to be a good race. Let's watch.
And they're off.
We are, Tony. We're going to do the mandatory pick 6.
Asian Bashert came away in good order. She's not kidding on the far outside. 3 more to Timely Luck in 4th. Already 6 lengths off the speedy leader. Danehill's Song and Kind of Blue is at the back. It's Sassy Nature coming to the half-mile pole, leading the way by 2 lengths. She's Not Kidding is 2nd. Beijing Bashert at the rail in 3rd. Then Timely Luck 4th, about 3.5 lengths off the pace.
Does it look to you guys like this big favorite is at 4 to 5 is done?
The money, and Sassy Nature has been the controlling speed.
I mean, it's going to have to get a second win here somewhere. It looks like it's struggling to me.
Timely Luck has claimed 3rd. Beijing Bashert is down at the rail, 4 lengths.
Blinkers and Lasix on the 6 horse. Maybe it bled last time out, huh?
At the top of the stretch, it's Sassy
Maldonado
Nature
aboard.
rail, but in front by 4.
The EquinEdge long shot's done.
Bashert moves into 2nd.
Oh yeah, you're not
She's
catching
Not
this 6
Kidding
horse.
is 3rd.
Goodbye.
Coming to
2
the
to 1.
16th, and it's Sassy Nature with a commanding and
In hand.
insurmountable lead.
Wow.
Sassy Nature. Another
Look at that.
Edwin Maldonado as he peeks back, romping home by 8 lengths.
Woof.
Beijing Bashert
6.57.
She's Not Kidding and Timely Luck.
That was super, super impressive, wasn't it? 31% to win. The 5 was 39, but that pace advantage, look at that pace advantage. 85, next closest is 50 on the 2 who never ran. The 5 horse didn't have much speed, was at the mercy of the 6. They added Lasix for the first time. Edwin Maldonado, who's a speed rider, getting on, and they and blinkers were off. They took the blinkers off. Okay. Wow. Well, that horse absolutely had to have bled first time out for it to stop and lose by 16 lengths. Incredible. All right. Well, let's get to where why we came here today, which was the Coast to Coast. Leg 1 starts here in race number 9. So we're going to get out to, you can go to the track drop down. You can play that wager. By the way, you can play the golden hour wager as well, which is absolutely incredible. And you click here, like I said, boom, and the ticket generator will give you all 4 of those races in order. And you could come like this and just play a wager. That's a dollar denomination as well. And there you go. Can do that as well. Okay, but we're at the golden or the coast to coast. Oh, thank you so much, Ashley. That was very kind of you to say. All right. So let's do, we're going to put in $120 just because this is a $1 denomination, okay? You guys know that I only like the 3 and the 7 in this race. Let's see if the 8 horse, I thought the 7 deserved a look. So look, we're going to cover the 7-8. That's the EquinEdge long shot. Quickly park it. This horse deserves a long look, all right? So 7 and 8 in this race. We got the 3 and the 7 in the first leg. Let's take a look at this race 6 at San Anita Park, which is the 4th leg of the coast to coast. So here's what I saw. This is down the hill, and Eddie's New Dream is the 2 class horses are the 3 Alice Marble and Eddie's New Dream for sure. Now the 2 horse, I'm going to tell you guys, I think you should try to beat this horse. Top win percentage, top pace, but look at the SOR, how much lower it is. It's got one of the lowest SORs, which is our class number. And this horse is going to be on the lead. And even though it's got an 82, Eddie's New Dream, or Alice Marble, excuse me, has a 73. It's got a 69 on our class number, our SOR. And it's got a win in 2 seconds and 3 tries going down the hill and been facing much better horses. Now I'm going to show you. If you look here at the SOR here on the right, that's for the current conditions. 6.5 turf down the hill. And look at 1 win, 2 seconds against a 70 group. So 70 out of 100. Whereas you look at the 2 horse, that was a 62 group. Okay, much big difference. And I think the class of the 2, look at last time out. He faced a 62 SOR group, strength of race, down the hill, and lost ground. He lost ground. But the confusion part here for me is this. It went from 17% to 35% today. But I think it's just because he won and the win percentage algorithm gave him more credit. I think the winner's between the 3 and the 5. So going to throw the 3, replace it here. It's not for the faint of heart. If you have the budget, throw in the 2 as well. I'm using the 3 and the 5. Now, the EquinEdge long shot might be a horse you want to use. I could have sworn, did I look at it? I didn't look at it, did I? Let's see here. Oh, when you do play a vertical in this race, just throw in the 7 maybe in the verticals. Here's a horse that ran a good race last time out, going 7 furlongs on the dirt. It's going up in GSR. It is going down in win percentage. I think the EquinEdge long shot is worth a look as well. So I'll make sure I put a note in here for us. EE long shot in the exotics. All right. So that's what I think in there. This is Gulfstream Park race number 11. The 12 horse, by the way, first time turf, facing easier. We talked about this Jamestown. I would use that horse. I found this race extremely difficult. I really did. The 4 horse has a huge pace advantage and is the EquinEdge long shot, 15-1, but it's got a really low GSR. So I felt like maybe you had to cover these horses in here. Like I will tell you one thing. If I only had 1 horse in here, as crazy as it sounds, I might throw the 7 out, by the way. I think the 7 horse, when assessing first of all, when assessing first-time starters, you have to look at the other horses. You have to look at the other horses and see, okay, are these horses, are the favorites vulnerable or not? When I look at the 7, I think there's some good horses in here. I don't necessarily think that they're vulnerable. But I also see a horse that I think is going to be better on the dirt, and I'll tell you why. Look at the turf tab. It's a 55. The synthetic tab is a 49. But look at the dirt tab. It's a 68. So I'm going to take a chance. Although I like the connections, I'm going to take a chance and try to beat the 7. So because we can only spread out so much. So that's going to be my chance. And I've regenerated. And the system, I'm not going to leave out this horse. So I'm going to lock in there. And in here, we have another race down the hill, a ton of pace in a wide open race. This is by far on the Santa Anita card the toughest race, for sure. For sure. Now we're showing about 2 minutes. That's probably about 4 or 5 minutes. So we got about 4 or 5 minutes before this race. Happy New Year to you, and congratulations to you, Catherine. Aw. Grant James Cunningham. Hello, Grant. Well, we'll have to introduce Grant to Stevie Marie, my granddaughter. I mean, if he likes older ladies, I mean, she's about a month and a half. I don't know. Okay, so we got the 3 and the 7 here in this race, and then the 3, 6, and 10. This does not cover this race. It just doesn't. It just does not cover the race. Whew. Ideally, if you have the budget, okay, I will say this, if this helps you. The horse I like the most in this race is the 6. Okay? That's who I like the most. But if you have the budget, let's just take a look and see what this would cost. It's going to be way too much money. It's going to probably be like $280 or something. $336. Now it is a dollar denomination, but I doubt 1% of people are going to play that big of a ticket. So the 3 horses 3 to 5, and the 7 horses 7 to 2. The 9's getting overbet, but probably third. All right, here's what I'd recommend. I would probably no, because I like the 7 too. I don't know that I could. I mean, the 3 is going to be a pump horse. I'm going to take a chance.
The horses are approaching the starting gate. 1 minute to the coast pick 5 and the Ginger Brew at Gulfstream.
All right, that's the ticket I'm going to give out. That's the ticket. He loves the 2 in race 11. All right, this is what I'm going to give out. And this is a good ticket. This is a good ticket. We can't use them all. So if I can get this in with you guys, I'm going to play it with you. I'm going to play the 7 singled. If the 3 beats me, it beats me. I don't care.
First Racing Coast to Coast Pick 5 brought to you by all of our friends at First Racing. It starts right here, right now with race number 9. Cairo Consort, the favorite in the Ginger Brew Stakes. That pool on its way to $400,000. Horses take a final spin behind the starting gate. Still time for wagers on the late pick 3 at Gulfstream and the First Racing Coast to Coast Pick 5.
All right. So I'm in with you guys. I'm going for the 7 because of the 3 wins. Everyone's going to have it anyway. So I'm going to try to beat the 3. And then I'm going to do a 7-3 exacta. I am still not sure why the 3 horses in this race. So I'm taking the almost 500. Remember, wow, that's amazing. Erica, we're probably gonna have to break out the Belvini, especially if we start doing good, for sure. Coast to coast, how about that? $500,000 in the very first Coast to Coast Pick 5. That's insane. Congratulations to the Scotty group. Way to go, Tyler. Way to go, Andrew. Great job. They have been pumping this up. I can't even tell you.
First racing viewers to the Coast to Coast Pick 5 here today.
All right, let's get out there. Let's watch this race. Come on. We need the 7 horse.
We appreciate your support and wish you good luck here. A lot of hope riding in the hooves of 3. Cairo Consort as the 1-2 current favorite. In the line goes Navy Goat. Arnaud Delacour looks for a stake sweep here today.
All right, Vladimir.
Consort in the colors of Rapoli Stable.
Come on. Come on. Jockey's got to get off the 3 horse. That's never a good sign. Come on, 7. I just don't understand why this horse does not look like it wants to run. There is a reason why he's in this race. There is a reason. I don't get it. Would you waste a bullet on this horse in this non-graded stakes race? I'm leaning towards they're not confident with this horse. I don't know.
Coast to Coast Pick 5.
And now this horse is acting up, and Irad has to get off the horse.
With a few horses still to go forward.
Come on, get the horse in the gate. Let's go.
You can still place a wager. Partnering with our Santa Anita sister facility in Arcadia, California. They're on their Cal Cup program in Southern Cal.
She is worked
3 races
up.
from Santa Anita, 2 races here at Gulfstream.
Oh my! Don't scratch her. Don't scratch her.
Be quite the handful behind the gate. Meanwhile, she's gone from 1-2 to 2-5.
Isn't it the same oldie? I'm pretty sure it is.
She's actually taken more money in the late stages of wagering, and she's acting up a bit. Now Cairo Consort is ready. El Pensiero, Lady Azteca, and Erna. The last 3 to go up. Lady Azteca carries the colors of Gelfenstein Farm under jockey Javier Castellano. Luis Saez and Erna to take the outside gate. They're at the post. Racing in the Ginger Brew. Slight bobble at the start from Cairo Consort, but she's toward the front pack, toward the rail. That's Showgirl Lynn B. Reaching out for the early lead. Up on the outside, Erna's trying to use her speed to get over. In between horses, Isabel Alexandra away in the top flight. Cairo Consort is with Bel Pensiero racing 4 lengths off the pace setter. Wide to the turn goes Stephanie's Charm. Navy Goat saves ground, and Lady Aztec is last as they chase the speed of Showgirl Lynn B. Showgirl Lynn B and Emma Jane Wilson to the backstretch, lead by almost 2. The quarter time was strong, 23 seconds flat.
Very fast.
Isabel Alexandra is at the inside, racing together with Erna. 4th is Cairo Consort. Then back at the fence goes Navy Goat ahead of the gray Lady Azteca. Out the back are Stephanie's Charm as they make their way 4 furlongs from the finish. Bel Pensiero has been taken out of the race. The 4 has been eased at the back. They make their way half a mile from the finish. Showgirl Lynn B went 47-3 for a half mile and leads by 2 over Ernest second. Isabel Alexandra third at the rail. Cairo Consort together with Navy Goat who's at the fence. Lady Aztec at 3 wide. Stephanie's Charms on a hold behind them as they round the forward turn at the 3 furlong point. It's still Showgirl Lynn B the target. Erna working harder second. Cairo Consort given the green light. Time for her to go to work. She's on the outside as the big favorite. On the inside, and Isabel Alexandra, they straighten for the drive. Navy Goat tries to get through between many chances here. This favorite has to kick and kick quick as Erna's taking the lead.
Oh my God, we're getting the worst trip.
To her down the center in Stephanie's Charm. Cairo Consort for an arrow. Stephanie's Charm's going to make her earn it. Cairo Consort. Wasn't easy, but it was effective. She wins the Ginger Brew. Second was Stephanie's Charm, closer third. Navy Goat probably
that
got
was
up over Erna.
Navy Goat was so much the best horse in that race. It's not even funny. By the way, too, did you guys see who got second, right? Anybody remember what that horse was? We talked about that horse. The 5. That was the long shot that we talked about earlier. 7 and 3 and 5. Oh my God, that was just absolutely horrific. Anybody else besides me hate Rosario? Like, I don't know what it is. Like, he's the best, worst jockey I've ever seen in my life. Like, he is. Like, he just has incredible numbers every single year, and I just don't know how. I think they're making this shit up. I don't know. 3 wins the race, so at least I would imagine most of you still go, but I think 7 was best in the race. I mean, absolute horrific ride. Rosario's the best. I don't know if you're being facetious or not. Stephanie got that. I told you guys that 5 horse. Remember we talked about this horse about an hour ago. I said that 5 horse is my long shot play in the race. Kit D, yeah, I didn't have bad luck with DeSormo. All right. That way, listen, that was fun. And I know a lot of you are live, so that's awesome. I mean, it's a bummer. We'll make it up for those of us that singled the 7 horse Navy Goat. Watch this horse next time out. I'm really excited that I projected that 5 horse running a good race. So, but I love this wager. I mean, the fact there's almost $500,000 in this wager bodes well. By the way, if you haven't liked this show, please like this show because it really helps our channel. So really appreciate that. Thank you so much. We're coming back tomorrow, I believe 1:30 p.m. Eastern time. Brian, if you're still on, maybe you can confirm that, but I think it's 1:30 p.m. Eastern tomorrow for more Coast to Coast. Okay, so I'll be back. Yours truly. We're gonna stay here. I'm not leaving you or anything like that. So it's not goodbye by any stretch, but hopefully you guys can join tomorrow too. We have coming up. We've got Santa Anita. They're running over at Laurel, race number 9.
They make the turn
I test all the time. I love to see like how we do.
Opening
Let's
up
see
now.
here.
Length and a half in from Bourbon on the Bay. No time like present. Out the center track is
3, 1, and
Gold
6
Bar.
are the picks anyways.
And hey, diddle
Let's
diddle
see.
on the inside is Bourbon on the
Hudson
Bay.
joins me now.
They're trying to
Being a
close
busy
play
day
of the
this
game. It's
afternoon,
Courteous
and
to the
this
far
race part of
outside.
the Coast to
Courteous
Coast.
3, here comes the 8.
Let's
Fourth and
start
now
with
third. A
Thornhouse
16th
in
left
here.
to go.
9's not
Gold
giving up
Bar,
on the rail,
hey,
though.
diddle diddle the inside. Hey,
I mean, what a battle that is.
Gold Bar, hey, diddle
But the
diddle.
3's not
Second bar
stopping.
finish. Courteous is third. It's going to be Gold Bar. Gold Bar from Hey Diddle Diddle and Courteous third.
All right, so that was Laurel. Top EquinEdge pick wins. I want to hear what they have to say here.
You know, I mean, there was no excuses. There wasn't no outrunning the winner that day.
How's he done in the time that you've given him off?
Good. We had a little issue with a foot. That's
Hang in there, Doug. We got this. Come on.
It's not even an issue.
Don't give up.
And his
It's
last
okay.
two works
We had the
very
best horse in the
good.
race, though, by far.
You know,
I think the
he's
7
fresh
would have won
and
by
good,
about a length
so
or
here
2.
we are.
Later on this afternoon, you run Carmelita's Man in the Unusual Heat. And looking at this race, as consistent as he has been, how do you think he's going to
Don't forget, we still have also
hopefully more.
the
this will be
mandatory
the turf course
payout
or
in the
no,
pick
but,
six.
you know, we're all in the same boat. So, you know, he's just a very consistent horse, and you know, you can't criticize, you know, effort. So, you know, we're just looking forward to it and hoping for a good race. He's doing well.
We saw earlier today the Chosen Brawn, who seems to be getting better with age. Is it possible Carmelita's man at 6 years old is getting better with age?
We'll find out today, I guess, huh? Hopefully so.
All right. Thank you so much and best of luck. Dean Pedersen, who brings number 3, Thornhouse, in race number 4.
I'm not sure
Thank
what
you
the
very
bull
much,
was.
Billy, and thanks, Dean Pedersen, there with Thornhouse. I mean,
My friend Peter Lurie. This is race number 4 at Santa Anita. And, oh, this is leg 2 of the Coast to Coast. This is the race where I was spreading. Here's the thing about Thornhouse. I watched this backtrack. And this horse, it was down the hill, first time down the hill. I'm telling you, it had every chance. Every chance. Now, I didn't get a chance to really hear what Dean Peterson said about his horse, but it did. And it, you know, I don't know. I wasn't convinced that this horse had to win, but it didn't look like any of these horses wanted to win. That's the crazy part. So you're getting 3 to 5 on a horse. I don't know that 3 to 5 is really low, super low. You love the 3, Tony? Yeah, I agree with Russ. This was a tough race. Like, I think, you know, well, here's my notes. I thought that 1 might sit a good trip, but I don't know the class level of this horse yet. I really don't know. It broke its maiden 2 back, and then it was 24% to win at 5 furlongs. But 5 furlongs on the turf, folks, is 6.5 is a completely different race. And this horse has been a couple of times down the hill and ran decent in both of those races. So I can't say the 1 can't sit a good trip. My initial thought was, if you look at the 4, 7, and 9 here, but those horses had no chance. Okay, my initial thought was there's so much pace in this race. The 2, the 3, the 10. 10 was in a perfect position to win last time out and petered out. Right? The 7 horse, Larry's Legend. Oh man, okay, look, this is not the worst looking horse in the world, but the problem with a horse like this, Ashley, is it needs to be near the lead, and it's not even close to the fastest horse in the race, and there's so much speed. I honestly don't see it. I don't see this horse even being in the money. I really don't. I don't. And it's got speed to its inside. It's got speed to its outside. It'll be really tough for this horse to win. I thought a horse like the 6 horse. I don't normally like maidens, horses that break their maiden to win next time out, but there is just something about this horse I kind of like, and I can't really put my finger on it, other than I think the horse can rate. I think it can, and it's going 6.5 furlongs. The GSR goes up. It's lightly raced, facing a bunch of horses that are pretty much, I think we know who they are. The 3 on paper is, of course, going to be the likely horse that people are going to bet. Of course. You can,
So the jockey coming into these races.
You can clearly see that on paper. I thought the 8 looked interesting. Yeah, back-to-back race at Santa Anita down the hill. No, race 3 wasn't on the turf. What you talking about, Chris? What you talking about, Willis? The 5 horse is cutting back, but Rispoli gets off. And this horse rated here going 8 furlongs, okay, coming from behind. It showed speed in these couple of races. I mean, this is a really rough race. The EquinEdge long shot, losing ground against maidens, now goes on the turf. GSR up a little bit. It's a hard read. You see how hard this is? Like, it's hard to really make a case for really any of them. This one, it won last time out. It seems to be able to rate. Honestly, if I had if I had, well, and it's dead on the board too, but that doesn't surprise me because this field on paper is so tough. I mean, it sat a decent trip last time out and won that race. The GSR actually goes up. It's never been 6.5 down the hill before. That's often not easy to do. Mark Blatt, Flavian Pratt. It's not the worst in the world. 7-1. I'm kind of surprised, but you're getting 7-1 probably because the 3 is getting so much action. I don't necessarily think the 3 has to win. So if I'm betting, it would probably be the 3, 6, and 8. I think the 3 can be beat, but we'll see. I wasn't impressed with the horse last time out, but Peterson was saying something about there was an issue with this horse of some sort. Look at the changes and see there's really no changes. Flavian Pratt gets on the 8 for the first time. And yeah, the 1 would be my long shot play for sure, although the 6 is a long shot play as well. So they're going into the gate. I kind of like the odds of the 6.
They're in the gate.
Here's leg number 2, coast to coast. What a good race this is. What's up, Ross? Really good race. Very super, super competitive. Watch. I would imagine you're going to see 3 or 4 horses literally dueling, I would imagine, in here.
And they're off. Fast start for Larry's Legend, Joe Don Luty, and Moose Mitchell on the far outside has plenty of early gas. They're joined by Thornhouse, who shoots through on the inside, and Thornhouse is the new leader. At the rail, Queen's Code in the red is very prominent as well. And these two are now stride for stride with Moose Mitchell just outside of them. Larry's Legend is 4th. Then comes Press On, racing on the inside of Joe Don Looney. Larry's Legend losing a couple of spots behind them. Smile for Glory is next. Alpine Thunder, with less than a half-mile left to go, is toward the back of the field with 4 flag. And Cyber Truck is the trailer. They have a quarter of a mile to go, and it's Thornhouse. Moose Mitchell challenges on the outside second. Just behind them, Queen's Code. Larry's Legend is about 5 wide, turning for home. Top of the stretch, and Thornhouse clinging to the lead, chased intently by Moose Mitchell in second. Queen's Code at the rail in third, and then Joe Don Looney coming to the 16th pole. Thornhouse a length and a half trying to finish the job. Joe Don Looney on the outside trying to rally belatedly with Queen's Code at the rail, but Thornhouse is too strong. Thornhouse leads him virtually every step.
There's an old saying
and Moose Mitchell Press On completes the.
There's an old saying that speed kills speed. And that's exactly what happened there. So you have the top pace number, but the 2's fast. But for whatever reason, the 2 never went and was never even part of this. 10 was right there, and the 1 was right there. So everything that we talked about happened, but the 3 cleared. And when that happens, you had to know that horse was probably gone. So hopefully most of you had that. The 8 ran a good race. Clearly the 1 came on for second. We talked about that. Thought that horse would sit a good trip. But you got the super. Nice, Frank. I don't know. Is that what the half was? Is that what they were showing? Yeah, it looks like 43 and 86 100. So 43 and 4. And yeah, it's so funny. In a race like this, it looks so wide open on paper, and then it comes down to who gets the lead. Isn't that something? That's usually what happens. Actually, that's a good lesson that I wasn't thinking about when I was handicapping this morning, was like, if you see a race with like 4 speed horses like this, maybe take a risk and throw out the other 3 and take the one you think might get the lead, right? Something like that. And that's exactly what happened there. You know me, Oldie. I'm not a speed player. I'm a pace player, but I'm not really that big on speed. All right. We got Golden Gate race number 6 coming up, but not yet. Let's take a look at the Santa Anita mandatory pick 6. How's that sound? So we started with race number 5. We'll 20-cent denomination. We'll do it for $120. You got that, Jim? All right. Let's see what we can do. Okay, leg 4 of the coast to coast as well, but I only like the 3 and the 5. So we're going to get rid of this 2. Going to lock the race. Let's see what else there is. So here, only the 2 and the 4. Here, I had the 8 and 7 only. Okay. You know, this could be a good day because I really only like a couple of horses in a lot of these races. So I'm kind of encouraged. It's spreading out in here. We'll have to watch the betting real carefully. You know, I don't like how this horse has burned money, by the way. I'd be careful with this horse. Speaking of, there's Kent DeSormo. But look at this horse. 7 to 5 here, 40 cents on the dollar, 6 to 5 here, 6 to 5 here. And I mean, just second places galore and burning money and isn't facing easier here. And going 6 furlongs. Yeah, I mean, I'd be very careful with this 6 horse King Zug. You know, look at the EquinEdge morning line. So you could take chances too, by the way. Like I do it all the time. Like, first of all, it's 5 to 2 on the EquinEdge morning line. It's still got a 75% chance of losing because it's only 25% to win. Okay, it's got a good GSR, no doubt. You have to look at a horse like Soul of Midnight, Dean Peterson. And they were just interviewing him. They probably talked to him about this horse. It's got a good GSR, Soul of Midnight. 7 to 2 EquinEdge morning line is 21%. This horse is dead on the board. It's burned a crap load of money. Here's another one that's 40% last time out and lost the race. You can't like that. So Oldie likes the 5 horse. I like the 5 as well. It's the class of the race, but this 3 horse Oldie is going to get first run. This 3 horse is tactical, and I think the 3 is sitting right off of the 2, and can win the race. Now the 5 horse is tactical as well, and could be like right on the outside of the 3 even. So you could have the 3 passing the 2 down the stretch and then the 5 passing the 3. Certainly a possibility. I think there's nothing wrong with that single of the 5 at all. I like it. I think the 3 can run a good race as well too. So we'll see how the pace plays out. But those horses are tactical. And I've said all along too, when you try to single horses that come from behind, you're adding a new dimension here in the sense that you're at the mercy of pace. So you certainly have to be careful. But I like the way what you're thinking, Oldie, because you left the 2 out as well. And that could prove a mistake. It's EquinEdge's second pick. It's 37%. It's 3 to 1 EquinEdge morning line. It's got the top GSR and the top pace number. So maybe we're overthinking this. Maybe we're crazy. I'm going based on the class. That's what I'm going on, which is the SOR. And the SOR says that this horse is not been facing it. So look, it faced a 62 SOR group. We talked about this earlier. a 62 SOR group, first time to Tory. The Tory jumps back on for O'Neill and lost ground, barely hung on. You know what? Let's look at the pace. Maybe they flew up front, and that's why the horse barely hung on. Let's see if we can pull up this race. I hope we can. We can. Okay. So it wasn't even expected to be near the pace last time out. Interesting. You know, can the horse rate? I don't know. Who do you have, Cindy? Who do you have? I mean, maybe we're overthinking that. I mean, it wasn't even supposed to be near the pace, and it was on the pace. But were they going fast? I don't know. It doesn't look, if you look at all these like low, here's what I see. This is what I see. I see a bunch of cheap horses here on the front end that have low win percentages, and this horse beat them. That's what I see. And now look at, this is a much, much tougher group of horses. Like the 5 Eddie's New Dream is no joke. Alice Marble is no joke, right? I mean, this horse won $333,000 in 12 lifetime races. This horse barely beat a weak field last time out. Now, I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to say no on the 2. You didn't like the 3? What do you tell me one thing, just one thing you didn't like about the 3. First of all, it needed that race last time out. It needed that race. It was 23% to win. It was off since May. And look at its record down the hill. 3 races down the hill for $44,000 earned per start down the hill. Look what it's done on turf. It's earned $26,800 per start down the hill, $44,000 per start. I don't know what you could not like about the 3. The 5 might beat it. I like the 5. But to say you don't like the 3? Come on. Chuck them out. All right, let's get out. Wait, does this start in race number 5? It does. 16 minutes from now. Why don't we head out to Golden Gate, though? Get some, like, action, right? I know you guys. You guys are action players, so I know you want action. Race number 6 from Golden Gate Fields. All right. What's Cindy have? Did she say 2 and 6? Which race, Cindy, again? Hold on here. I'll look. GP 2 and 6. Ten at Gulfstream Park in race 10. Okay, 2 and 6. The 1 in race number 7 at Santa Anita. It's fast, and it beat an easier group, and this is just a big jump up. Can it handle that jump up? Maybe. It's dropping down to 8% on the win, and it's fast. 3, 5, 6, and 7. I think just based on the speed alone. I think the thing that threw me off, though, was it's dropping 12 points in GSR, so I'm not sure it wants to go 8.5 furlongs, so that was the reason. That was the reason. What happened, Coach, at OP? I hear we're doing pretty good at Oakland Park today. True or no?
Still working with Win Ribbon. Win Ribbon's in. Here's
So much pace in the race over there. I love tactical horses. And
Darn Quick is loaded to the rail. One back. Great story to complete the line.
I would probably bet the 5 horse here. Win Ribbon.
Here's Great Story.
Just
Goes
take a
right
shot
in.
there on Win Ribbon. The 5.
We're ready to go. The rider hopped off Win Ribbon. Asael Espinosa about to climb back
That's no
aboard.
bueno.
Espinosa now back in the saddle. We're ready to go. And Lara, Awesome Dude was off slowly, darn quick from the inside, put into play early. He's got a narrow lead from Papa Pifas in second. Great Story moving forward. A joint second with him. Darn Quick continues to pave the way. Foreign Protocol, Win Ribbon are next, and Horse Doctor and Awesome Dude, that duo trail 5 lengths off the lead, and the lead is being held by Darn Quick. Darn Quick went off as the 2-1 favorite, strides into the turn about a length in front. Great Story right there pressing the issue now, turning up the heat with 3
All right, they went
furlongs
very
to go.
fast up front,
Papa
so you
Pifas
imagine
still in third in a
most
good
likely
stopping
they would
position.
would
Win
start
Ribbon
slowing
alongside
down,
of him. Foreign
and it wouldn't be
Protocol
that these horses are
rides the wheel,
catching them; it
4
would be
lengths
that they're
off the
slowing
pace.
down.
Horse Doctor's gonna take
The
3 wide
5
right.
is running
He's
very
trying to gain
good. The
ground,
6
and
is
at the
running
back
good, but it
Awesome
is going
Dude
to
as
have
they
to
get
go
the
really
top of the
wide,
stretch. Darn Quick
and that might not
tackled by
matter.
Great Story. Win
The
Ribbon
4's
is
got
out for
horse,
his
but going to
best.
have to
Horse
get the
Doctor
trip,
on
and
the
it
far
did.
outside. Foreign Protocol, 5 runners line up. Papa Pifas right behind them. Horse Doctor on the grandstand side's got his head in front. Horse Doctor, Foreign Protocol.
That's
fighting
between
with
the
them,
4 and the
and
6,
Awesome
and
Dude
the
from
2's
far out
coming
of it's
too,
coming,
but
it's too
going
late.
to have to settle
Horse
for
Doctor
third.
with the ears pinned back. He's got the
6-4-2.
win. Horse Doctor over Foreign Protocol.
6-4-2. And yeah, in a tough race, the 6 horse, 19%, 3-1. Look at that. It was 9-5 on the odds makers morning line. So great job on that. But the job of the morning line is to predict what the horse is going to go off at. And it went off at 7-2, and we've got it at 7-2. And yeah, so good on the EquinEdge morning line. Doug O'Neill. Doug sends a lot of horses up there. People are calling for me. They want me back. I love it up there. We miss you guys. I don't know who's all watching, but give everybody a big shout out for me, okay? I'm going to try to get back there this year for sure. I'm going to. I've got a lot going on right now with EquinEdge. We've got the release and a bunch of things, and but I'm going to try. So here's race number 10. Of course, we're rooting for the 2 and 6 over at GP for Cindy. Right? She needs the 2 and the 6.
Looking at Roses.
And
Ortiz routing for Lupe Preciado. Waiting for Papa
6
Cap.
has got
and picking
everything
up
going
pennies.
for it. Clearly. And this is, wow.
Picking
I
up
mean,
pennies, draws
it's been
the
awful
outside to
while. This is a
complete the
much
line.
easier field.
First half.
And
Left
I would
daily
agree
double
with
there,
Cindy. I
set
like
for a
2 and the
start.
6 as well. Let's see what happens. Good luck, Cindy.
And they're off. The big favorite, Papa Cap, was away in good shape with Tartufo away cleanly. Picking up pennies is on the outside, speeding through at the rail. Great King as they run out of the chute. Papa Cap, one of the first to begin. Great King for company on the inside and picking up pennies on the outside. These the top 3. Racing in 4th is Secret Alliance. Then it's Tartufo. He's about 5 lengths behind. Behind him is 12-Volt Man. The early trailer is looking at Roses. Out of the chute onto the main track, 23-2 for a quarter time. Picking up pennies has the lead. Driving through
Well,
at the rail.
right
Great
there, the
King is
1
second.
just helped
Papa
the
Cap
6 for
has a
sure.
decision
To
make
go
on
with
where
the
he wants to
7
race. He's taken
and the
in hand to
jockey on the
race
6, I
third.
think he made the right call.
2.5 to 12-Volt
Sitting
Man,
behind
who
them.
improves inside of Secret Alliance.
And the
Tartufo
1
gets shuffled
is
to second last, and 5
probably
of the
not going to
trailer.
continue
Looking at
on.
Roses.
And there's
Half
the
a mile
6.
from
The
the
6
finish.
seems to be
Picking
very
up
well in
pennies,
hand.
has the lead a length and a quarter.
2's really
Papa Cap
moving
a joint
good.
second with Great King alongside. 12-Volt Man has
1 is
made ground
coming
to
back,
take 4th,
but
5 ahead of Secret Alliance and Tartufo.
no, I think
and looking
6
at
could be in
Roses'
trouble now,
last.
huh? No, I can't. It's
46
hard to
and 2.
tell.
Racehorse time here as they run to the 5-6.
Racehorse time.
Picking up pennies a length and a half. Papa Cap.
Okay, so you're going to have to rely on the 6.
He's second toward the outside. 12-Volt Man.
Well, I
third,
don't even know
dropping back.
now.
Great
It just
King
seems
now
like they're
fourth.
going to stop and
There's
they
a
keep
quarter of a
coming
mile
back.
left
It's hard to
go.
tell. 7
Picking
is
up pennies,
asking.
Working overtime to hold the lead. Papa
Come on,
Cap
6.
within a length. 12-Volt Man down the center with an upset possibility. Papa Cap.
Okay,
called
come on
and
now,
didn't
2.
kick.
Come
Is
on.
Still the leader picking up pennies.
Hit him from all
1/8 of a
sides.
mile to
Go 2.
Picking up pennies. Tries to go
Get up.
down the road in here. 12-Volt Man is chasing as Papa Cap comes up
No.
empty. Picking up
Sorry,
pennies.
Cindy.
Driven out. Edgar Zayas picking up pennies. Wingate to wire. 12-Volt Man second. Papa Cap a disappointing third.
Who was the 7? The pace horse. That pace number. Zayas on the lead for Safi Joseph. And that's 3 straight races for that horse. Santa Anita race number 5 coming up. All right, the next race, the race 11, is leg 3 of the Coast to Coast, and then the last 2 finish off at Santa Anita Park. But we're going to go over to Santa Anita for race 5 because we've got the mandatory payout and the pick 6. I'm going to play that with you guys as well. Let's see here. Sorry, Cindy. Okay, so 3 and 5, Oldie's single in the 5, Eddie's New Dream. I like the 5. I like the 3 a lot, Alice Marble too. I think it looks like the race might be between those 2. I'm going to bank on the 2 horses class not being enough because it was losing ground against Easier last time out. So I'm going to bank on that. The horse will take action. It'll make you nervous. And the horse will be running good. But I think the horse will run good. But I think at the end of the day, it'll be the 3 or the 5 that wins the race. In this race, so this horse is very interesting, and I wouldn't throw this horse out, and I'll show you why. Rispoli is aboard, but this horse is going from a 69 GSR to a 75 GSR, so it clearly, it's and you can see the tab, 69 on the synthetic and 76 on the dirt. So it's most likely going to run better on the dirt. Now it's only had 7 lifetime races and has been in the money in 6 of them. So the race that it ran poor in was its lowest GSR. And look at this. It was only 6% to win. It won last time out. It was only 5% to win that race. But now it jumps up to 24%. The GSR jumps up. But it is facing a little bit tougher competition. It's going to... I think it's one of the ones. Now, so you say, okay, well, what about this race? So the 4-horse Giver Not a Taker won this King Glorious Stakes last time out. And this horse the 7-horse got 3rd. So you say, well, what's going to give? What's going to change? Maybe nothing. This horse was 45% to win. It barely hung on, but Geezer didn't do anything as well. For whatever reason, the horse dueled from the inside. The only thing, I don't know why, maybe because of the 2-hole, maybe Pereira thought this horse, he had to send. It's a possibility. So there's a chance. The reason I wouldn't ignore the 7 is I just think that the 7 will get a better trip. I mean, this horse had rattled off 3 straight races. And yes, it barely won on the 66 group, but it dropped down to a 58. I think it has less to do. Oh, maybe it was 8 furlongs. It did. Maybe it wants to sprint more than it wants to go longer. Let's see. I mean, maybe that's it. And here's the thing. I will just say this. When a horse throws in a clinker, and it's not even a clinker, it got 3rd. When it does that, there's a chance maybe that the dueling on the inside, it didn't like it, and maybe it sets a better trip next time out. You also want to look for any kind of change. And if you look at the change, just the distance change. That's it. For me, I'd probably just use these 3 horses that the system is using. I told you, I think the 7 horse Quickly Park It could beat Sell the Dream, the 8. In here, I didn't want to leave out the 1 for sure. So when you look at a horse like this and you say, well, how can a horse like this, turn its form around? Like, you try to get in the jockey's head or the trainer's head and go, okay, why is he putting this horse in here? Right? It's a Calbred race. The purse is 200,000. Maybe he's just saying, I'm going to take my shot, knowing that the field's not really going to be, all that much. But barely lost 2 back going 9 furlongs. Look, it lost by 1/2 of a length. That was a pretty darn good effort against the 62 group. If you look at this horse's form, other than the last race, which for whatever reason was a poor effort, it's not the worst looking long shot in the world, right? Doc Adams, the EquinEdge long shot's only 4% to win, and it won last time out against a 62 group, but that wasn't on the turf. And look at this horse, rattled off 4 straight races in a row. It's the EquinEdge long shot. But it's been the big favorite. Now, all of a sudden, now it's a long shot. Like, there's something I think that might be worth trying to beat a horse like this who's got a really low GSR, right? I think we have the horses. I do. I think it's those 4, the 1, 5, 6, and 8. I think you're safe there. The 6 would be a decent long shot, so I would stick with that. I actually think this ticket looks really good. I do. I think, maybe I'd worry a little bit about this first leg, but the more I look at it, not really. First of all, this first-time starter has a 44 GSR, so it's very low on the 5. Uncle Walt, McCarthy, Kyle Frey. The workouts aren't bad. But it's first-time starter, but that GSR is awfully low. The 1 horse, the GSR is awfully low. This is going up way in GSR. I think I'd get rid of this horse. I guess the EquinEdge long shot would be one I'd worry about a little bit. It's, but it just keeps stopping. And I don't really love this horse, the EquinEdge long shot. I would, yeah, I like this ticket. I do. Yeah, let's look at some of these horses. That's a good call, Doug. So we got the mandatory pick 6 payout. There's the jackpot's 276,000, but new money is almost $1 million. So right now you're looking at about $1.3 million, and that just jumped up $1.35 million. So
lots of reasons to smile.
Let's take a look at what they have to say.
And any number of tickets can win today. It's a really good sequence. Zoe and Jess here, and this race is a doozy. Jess, what do we know about the 5 Uncle Walt coming in here for trainer Sean McCarthy?
Yeah, number 5 Uncle Walt, gelding out of Texas Rayano. With the breeding, you think it might need a little bit more distance. I talked to Sean. He also thinks it might need a little bit of grass, but looked amazing warming up. I thought it looked really good. He looked really alert and had a beautiful quote.
Looks fantastic on the track,
Sean
no
McCarthy,
doubt.
His stats have really come up over the last couple of years. He's 21% first out of the box, dirt 28%, maiden claiming, a whopping 36%. So certainly one to look at. Watching these guys warm up, I was actually rather taken by the 2 Soul of Midnight for trainer Dean Peterson, who can win at a little bit of a price. He hits 20% debuting, maiden claiming, and this horse certainly did look very fit going by us.
looked really alert as well. Knew what he was doing, looked like he was on the job. And straight fires have been doing really good as
That
Cowreds.
horse is
Absolutely,
stunning.
and first out of the box, I think
Stunning,
he won with
and
his first six
really
starts,
looks
so
ready to
very,
win
very
first
good
time out.
debut sire. That is the sire of the 2 Soul of Midnight. What do we think of Big Drinker? One of the few in here with the star under his belt. One thing I'll say about him, he's as fit as a flea. There's not a pick on him.
Is a
I
flea
watched
fit?
a replay from
don't
December
know.
14th.
I heard that one
And he
before.
was best of the team that he had. He just did have a little bit of high action, which made me think that maybe later
Needs
down
a
the road
lead,
he'd
maybe.
do well going over the turf. But I think he has a shot in here with that race under his belt.
Probably the horse with the most starts under his belt is the 6 King Zog. He's warmed up very, very nicely.
I mean, this horse has burned a lot of money.
Kent de Sormer gets first-time Lasix, along with a lot of these newly turned.
I mean, wide open. I will tell you, from what I saw,
Ages.
the horse that
Absolutely.
looked the
Well,
best
he's getting just a little bit hard
was
under
the 2.
collar.
I noticed that too. But
And
I
Dean
really
Peterson
hope it
talked
is
about
his
this
day.
horse with
I
Cedillo.
love the way
It does
ran
draw
last
inside.
time, and I think this
The
race
pace
sets
number
up for him
suggests that
well.
maybe he's
I
going to
don't
have to
think
come from
there's
behind a little
anyone
bit. A lot of
really
times these
big
first-time
to
starters
beat
don't
this
like
race,
that.
so with that
But
experience under him
the 6
and
horse
his
keeps
consistent
stopping.
races, I think he should be there.
The 4 horse,
Just about
this
almost
is his
there.
10th
Lock
try.
and load for the start of the pick 6. The next
I
horse
mean,
you'll hear.
maybe take a flyer on the
Very
2.
nice.
Let Big Drinker, the 3 horse. It's a second-time starter. It could certainly improve, no doubt about it. And then Jeff Bondi, I'm a big fan of Jeff's. Based on what I'm seeing, the 2 horse looks really, really good. But again, I would stick with this ticket. I think one of these 4 horses is going to win. 5 looked great, but they were suggesting that maybe this horse wanted longer. And we can confirm that because the GSR is very low. And you can see here, all the top distances are longer. So maybe, although it looked good, maybe wait, looked good, put a note, looked good, but wait for longer. It also has a really, just overall, pretty low GSRs, right? So in order to compete with this field on GSR anyways, it would need to, be going longer. So for what it's worth, I think maybe worth trying to beat that horse. A 44 GSR is pretty low. One reason why you might not like this horse, possibly this 3, even though it didn't run terrible, is it got late last time out. And the reason is because the GSR is so low. You have, the 2, 4, and 6. I would lean in that direction. What's interesting to me is this 6 horse could get a clear lead here, and if it does under Kent, it could be tough to catch.
It's post time.
Finally getting a clear lead. We'll see if the 4 decides to go with it. But I mean, 4 just keeps stopping.
We've had a couple of days in the last week or so where
Of
no one was
I
able
would
to
probably
pick
take the
6
2 and the
winners at all.
6. But I'd
Shouldn't be
lean
the
there.
case today.
So if you want to play a
There's
small ticket,
1.9 million in the pool.
just
in
use
final
the 2 and the
stages of
6.
wagering. Uncle Walt coming up.
Okay. And then Michael was saying that the 2 has good first time
Charbonneau to
breeding.
the outside.
All right,
And
let's
King
see what happens.
Zog yet to take up his position as well. Two back. King Zog. Charbonneau. They're in the gate. And they're off. Charbonneau and King Zog both alert out of there, but it's Soul of Midnight who's quicker than all. And Soul of Midnight takes the lead pretty easily. Doratus is now into second. Big Drinker in between horses moves up in the line to take second. King Zog, Charbonneau on the far outside, then stay in the game. The distant trailer is Uncle Walt. The leader, Soul of Midnight, past the half-mile pole, leading by a half length to Big Drinker in second. King Zog, a 3-wide third. They're followed by Stay in the Game, getting into it now with the yellow blinkers, just 2 lengths off the battle up top. Charbonneau on the outside. Doratus is down at the rail, 4 lengths off the lead, and another 3 back to Uncle Walt. They have a quarter of a mile to go, and it's Soul of Midnight on the inside, trying to hold that lead. Been there every step of the way with Big Drinker pressing in second. Just behind them, King Zog gets into third, followed by Stay in the Game. They're a furlong from the finish. Soul of Midnight, Big Drinker, Stay in the Game comes alive on the outside. They're inside the 16th pole. Soul of Midnight, Stay in the Game. Stay in the Game has the momentum, and Stay in the Game gets up under Tiago Pereira.
4 gets there.
Soul of Midnight, Big Drinker, both fired big.
Stay in the
King
game.
Zog was
EquinEdge
fourth.
second pick. I mean, look at that. I mean, it was those 3 horses, right? Just right there, 2, 3, and 4. That was a really good horse race. 2 couldn't hang on. And the problem with the 2 was it kept lugging out around the turn. It wouldn't. It might need an equipment adjustment. I don't know, but you could see it was trying to drift out the entire time. Yeah, 7-2 on the 2, but the 4 horse did go off
Number
at
4
3-1.
stay in the game was first.
Oh, nice, Tom. That's nice. Tom got the early pick 5. That actually might pay decent. Like, if there was a horse that needed to really drop in class down to about 20, it would be the 6 horse. I mean, this horse just really doesn't want to win. Look at the money this horse has burned. Went off at 3-1. Perfect trip, just not good enough. All right. $417. Nice return. Nice going, Tom.
Working super sharp over this track here at Gulfstream Park.
I'll be right back.
Just a very snappy mover, which you love to see in the mornings here. So I think he's going to be forward in this race. He's got a nice big flat turf hoof on him, which is what you want to see, seeing as we are on the green stuff for this race, and really does look great under the saddle here. At first I was just a little iffy, but under the saddle he's really pro'd out and just looks really incredible for this barn here.
The number 9, Brian Hardy Choice, is making his 3-year-old debut with Lasix. After debuting locally for Brian Lynch, finishing second. He was the favorite going that mile that day.
Yeah, he had a trip that day too. I mean, he veered out badly and lost all his momentum, and then he really broke instantly right back into stride. To credit to him, he looks really good in the walking ring too. And I think he would have won, Ron, with a clean trip, and you're getting a better price than you should today because of some of these others aren't being bet. Lasix, you mentioned too, and Brian Lynch, and everything Brian sends out has been very, very live.
Yeah, you've been having a fantastic start to the championship meet. I had some interest. I know we got to deal with the outside post today with the number 12 Jamestown. He's debuting on the grass at a mile. Sort of broke awkwardly in his last race. He failed to get in track going 5. That race, they wanted him on the turf. It was moved to the Tapeta. Jose Ortiz in the saddle. Samantha, how's he look?
He looks really good here, Ron, and this is a horse that is really truly a turf horse here, but unfortunately due to circumstances, like you said, was rained off the grass, but at least he got a start under his belt. The Brendan Walsh barn is very effective with these second and third starters, and I really like the way he's coming into this race, but it's the 12th post position, and it's just not the spot you want to be, especially at 7.5 furlongs.
Brian, the number 3, Mudo Wid, is a Shadwell homebred son of Quality Road, debuting on the turf, getting Lasix. Never got involved at going 6.5 at Churchill.
Yeah, it's interesting too. Now we try the turf. Now we try an extra turn as well. The dam was 5 for 8. She did win in her second start. That was her maiden breaker. She was all dirt sprints though. So we'll see what we get here on the turf. Obviously, Quality Road would run all day long, but on the bottom of this pedigree, it's all dirt sprint.
You know, that race produced a couple of next down winners, that stakes winner, Corona Bowl, but it's hard to gauge how this horse ran. It just didn't seem to like the conditions there. We'll go with the number 6 horse in here. Samantha, I want to ask you about Moon Cat out here with Christopher Davis, with Irad Ortiz Jr. in the saddle.
Irad already having a 2-win day, trying to wrap it up with 3. And this is a barn that might be starting to heat up here. He had a winner earlier on the card. He looks fit enough here in the paddock. I like the fact that he's not in for a tag. You just cross out that last out, and it really wasn't even that bad of an effort. And he gets, like I said, Irad is the golden touch for this horse here today.
What'd you see with the 6, Brian?
Well, I mean, there's a big turf pedigree here. The dam was a grade 2 winner. She was grade 1 stakes placed, earned over $500,000. It did take her 4 starts to break her maiden. The other 2 foals that she's dropped haven't been much. But yeah, Samantha said, Chris Davis, good to see Chris get a win. He won some races here last year during the championship meet. And I think Mooncat has a big reason, big right to move forward. Now in his second start, now trying turf for the first time as well.
They're heading to the track for a final race. Remember, tomorrow, a 10-race card with our first race post at 12:10 p.m.
3 wide third. They're followed by Stay in the Game, getting into it now with the yellow blinkers, just 2 lengths off the battle up top. Sharpen on the outside. Doratus is down at the rail, 4 lengths off the lead, and another 3 back to Uncle Law. They have a quarter of a mile to go. And it's Soul of Midnight on the inside.
Stepping onto the course for race number 11, third leg of our first race in Coast to Coast Pick 5. Quality field of maiden special weights on the grass at a trip of 7.5 furlongs. Scratch 13 and 14. Field of 12. When plays show, exacta, trifecta, supervecta, super high five possibility. Post time in 3 minutes.
All right, this is the third leg. I might get out to Golden Gate. Let's just see if there's anything that kind of stands out. Big pace number for the 2-horse. 5-1 EquinEdge morning line. 15% in a wide open race, but it has an extremely low GSR. It's got a high SOR. So this makes it very confusing. So you got a horse that's got a lot of speed, tough, but low GSR. So here's what I would guess. The 8-horse, I'm not looking at the past performances, but the 8-horse has somewhat tactical speed, has equal class, but it's got a good GSR. So this horse broke from the rail last time out and did not have a good trip. The GSR drops on this horse as well, but it's still higher. Man, I just would so want to give this horse another chance. Look at, and it's dropping to a 34 SOR group. The 2 is super fast. That was a very tough field. Who's likely to run a good race? This horse is facing much easier as well. Look at that. I mean, this is just a weak group. Oh, there's a double pick 6 carryover at Los Al tonight. Oof, thank you for that. I love those. 2 is fast, but the 8's going to break out of this gate and going to run a good race. I'm just sure of it. Second time starter here. This horse could surprise, going up 7 points in GSR. Broke last and only lost by 8 lengths and facing way easier. Oh man. Okay, this is a really super tough race. Super tough race. The 7 broke from the rail last time out. So look, you can make a case for a lot of these, can't you? You can. Interesting race. We've got about 3 minutes before the Gulfstream Park race. What's up, Aaron? You know, I like this race because I think you can get a price.
Isa's Special has loaded into the gate. Slightly Dirty, Liberty Wolf, and Effective Gig, the next pair. Here's Mr. Fighter, post position number 4. Start them.
I'm going to say the 8-horse.
Load into the gate. Start them up.
In fact, I'm going to maybe put a little. I just think the 8's going to get a really good trip. And also the EquinEdge is just like the algorithms, I mean, they just see something that I just can't see. You know,
broke through to the front of the gate, didn't get very far though. They're going to bring him back behind the gate.
So Eyes of Special, the 2-horse broke through the gate, and I can't tell you that I'm not excited about that because
start them up goes
that
in.
helps a little bit. I'm going to do an 8-7 exacta.
Back behind the gate.
But they are getting onto the synthetic over at Gulfstream Park, race number 11 as well. So this is leg number 3 of the Coast to Coast. What are we rooting for, by the way? Hey, Trish. Again, the 12 horse here. This is the one I like. The 12. I'm thinking this horse might even get the lead and go gate to wire. Like, I'm rooting for the 12. The 6 horse, GSR drops, but gets a much easier field here. The 11, the first time starter, I think this horse might run decent. I'm trying to beat the 7, 1 Fast Dream. Hardy Choice, I didn't think was that great. I know the 4 horse EquinEdge long shot. Ooh, they scratched the 2.
Live racing again tomorrow here in Hallandale Beach. It's a Sunday card of racing with racing forms and programs.
That 12 horse really looks good. Look at that. Looks very nice on the track. This 12 is going to outrun those odds. 6, 9, 11, 12.
Certainly welcome anytime here in Hallandale Beach.
Okay, I like the 6. I do like the 6.
Today, we invite you to stick around for full card simulcast action and the balance of the
I don't like the GSR dropping, but it's facing much easier, and it gets Irad Ortiz. So I prefer an exacta box.
You also have shopping, dining, and a host of entertainment options at the
so this is the 2 horse you guys are saying. Wow, this tour is getting bet.
And nightlife.
Oh, that's right. You guys are all about this 2 horse. I'm playing against this too. I'm going to say
they go for race number 11. The horses are at the gate.
6, 11, 12 exacta. That's what I'm going to say.
Hardy Choice, Julian Laperoux for Brian Lynch. First into the gate is Fabled Prince. Justin's Legacy.
I love this 2 horse. I get these workouts. Everyone's. I'm just going to try the 12 horse over the 6 and 11. I think the 12 horse might run a good race. You know, this 12 is going well up in GSR, right? First time turf, facing easier, win percentage way higher, 19 points higher in GSR. Come on, 12. One time. Delroy's alive to the 4, 6, 9, and 12. Come on, Delroy. Bad post in the 12, but I think, Manny, that this horse might be the speed of the race.
Sanctuary.
We'll see. We'll see what happens here.
Hardy Choice.
I knew the 9 would be the favorite, and the 9 is a decent horse here, but I think the 9 can get beat.
Working with
I think maybe the 12 can get the lead.
Blame the rule maker.
All right.
6 and 9 favored here. Mooncat, Irad Ortiz Jr. Working with Eventful. Big price here. Waiting for Mooncat. Composer's Dream in Jamestown. Composer's
Tony's
Dream
playing against her too,
Gaffney
Oldie. I know the workouts are good, but 1%
Mooncat,
horse.
Second start of the racing career. Now
1% horse.
Junior in the tack.
11 horse, a bit skittish. Goes into the gate. Last one on the outside, the 12. I just want to see this. There, first of all, the rail is not out, which is good. So that's a good sign. And want to see the 12 kind of go fast early on. Let's get a good break.
And runners away. Justin's Legacy, quick off the blocks, beaten to the punch by Cooler King from the far outside Jamestown. Looking to get over in between horses. One Fast Dream. Composer's Dream is next. Hardy Choice is going to be floated very wide on the course, and that's because Composer's Dream didn't corner at all. That was good news for Mooncat as he got the 2 path without much problem, then blamed a rule maker. Meanwhile, Hardy Choice is still 4 wide. It's a gap of another 2 lengths to Fabled Prince, who finds himself 7 lengths off the speed, 3 better than long shot Eventful. And it's a gap of another 4 lengths to Mutawed, who races together with Composer's Dream. And my
Don't go crazy. Slow up.
Loose up top.
Don't get loose. Don't get loose. Come on, Jose.
Chill
out.
Mile from the finish and on top by 4 lengths. Second is Cooler King. Third is One Fast Dream. Hardy Choice is next. Blame to Rulemaker 4 wide. Behind them is first-timer Justin's Legacy working ahead of Mooncat. Then Fabled Prince trying to rally from the back is Eventful and Composer's Dream as they round the floor turn. Jamestown has gone awfully quick, but he's still the target. From the inside, Cooler King after him second. Blame to Rulemaker, Justin's Legacy, Mooncat, and Mutawid from the back as they straighten for the drive. Plenty of chances here. Justin's Legacy's in the clear to try to go get Jamestown. And here he comes now. Justin's Legacy charging hard. Mutawid's on his back. Mooncat down the center. Mooncat surging at Justin's Legacy. Mutawid alters course again. Justin's Legacy, Mooncat. Here's the wire. Mooncat.
Two ran massive.
Mooncat ran down Justin's Legacy, who was very game.
6 wins the
Unlucky
race.
in the run was Mutawid. He was.
I honestly hate that ride by Jose Ortiz. Hated that ride by Jose. I don't get it. Like, why? Why do you got to go so fast? Why? There's nobody within a mile of you. Hate that. I mean, the 6 was the horse, of course, but still. 3 horse. That 2 was live, obviously. You knew by the wagering. I mean, look at the way that 2's reaching. I mean, trying her heart out. And the 3 horse really had trouble. That 3 might have been best in the race. So, and that 3 horse came in from Churchill Downs. You might want to watch that horse next time out. But the 2 was live. Absolutely live. Yep. Nice single. Yeah, they do it every time, don't they? Nice, Delroy. Yeah, I think the 3 was best as well. 12, is exactly what we thought. We thought the 12 would run better. Going on the turf for the first time. Jose Ortiz gets aboard. And, he decides that he, thought he was a quarter horse, I guess. I just don't understand it. But 6 horse top EquinEdge pick wins the race. And that horse that you guys have been talking about all day, Justin's Legacy, ran a huge race. Huge. Clearly was live. First time starter, too. It was very live. Oh, for sure. I'm making a note on that, too. Absolutely.
6, Mooncat,
nice job.
Second 2, Justin's Legacy. Third 3, Mutawid. Fourth, number 5, Blame to Rulemaker. Finishing 5th, number 12, Jamestown.
So there is an
6,
objection
2, 3, 5,
12, on the 2.
However, there's a foul claim lodged
Probably
by
from the
Ryder
3.
Paco Lopez on 4, Cooler King.
Oh, no.
He finished off the ticket, but he's claimed foul against jockey Edgar Zayas, who rode number 2, Justin's Legacy.
Why?
Alleging interference at the 8th.
I mean, if you're not in the money there,
That's a
why?
claim of
Why are you
foul,
doing that?
4 against
I don't
2.
get it. We'll take a look here at this, though. The 2 didn't do anything to the 4. 2 was all over the place, though, for sure. Are they sure that the foul is on the? Oh yeah, the 2 came out on the 4 right there. But I mean, the 4 had nothing left. Nah. If anything, okay. First of all, why the jockey didn't call an objection on the 3 horse? If anything, the foul was not on the 2 didn't foul the 4. The 2 fouled the 3. Watch the head on here. Yeah, it hits the 4 a little bit. Then the 3, did you see what happened? No, that wasn't the 3. Where's the 3 at? There goes the 3. Watch the 2. Boom, and then the 3 has to go back in. I mean, the 2 should be brought down, honestly. But the 2 ran a hell of a race for a first-time starter. And if some of you had that, certainly not rooting for the 2 to get down. But if we're keeping it real, the 2 interfered with a lot of horses there.
In the winner's circle now, the winner's 6, Mooncat. Mooncat, a son of Malap.
The $4 exacta. I think the 4 was done already as well. Santa Anita Park, 5 minutes before race number 6. And this is leg 4 of the coast to coast. This is the $150,000 Sunshine Millions fillies and mares. They're going 6.5 down the hill. And this is the race where I like the 3 and Oldie likes the 5. We're trying to beat the 2, who's currently 5-1, is the pace of the race. And I'm doing an exacta box. Let's see here. 3-5. And I'm on the 3. Like, you guys know that. Like, I've liked the 3 all day. 8-5. Did I expect that? I didn't expect that. All right. They're still reviewing, and the thing is, it's like I'm really shocked the jockey on the 3 didn't claim foul on the 2. I'm really surprised by that. Now watch. 2 comes out. Chris likes the 3 and the 2. Good luck. Good luck, Rodney. I'm there for an objection. They're sure taking a long time, aren't they?
The claim of foul has not been allowed. The result stands as posted 6-2, 3-5.
All right. Stands 6-2-3. No change. Here's how I see this race materializing. So this is the 4th leg of the coast to coast. And I believe, is it race number 8 is the 5th leg? It is. So this is the Sunshine Millions fillies and mares going 6.5 down the hill. The 2 horses is the pace, no doubt about it, but it has low class. And look what it did against a 62 group. It had the lead and it was slowing up, and they weren't going that fast. So I think the 2 is going to stop. That's what I think. The 3 horse is going to be with that class, going to be right on this horse's tail. And the 5 won't be far behind. And the truth is, really, the 5 horse can put a lot of pressure on the 3 with that post. So Oldie is single to this 5. And so the 5 is going to get a good trip, no doubt about it. You're getting 3-1. Alan, you have the 12. Did you say 12? Oh, 1-2. 1-2. Interesting. The 1's getting bet big summer. I didn't even put a note on that horse. Let's take a look at this horse. So 6.5 down the hill, 3 races back against a 64 group, was 33% and won. Okay. I mean, this horse is very consistent. I wonder why the win percentages don't like this horse. That's really interesting. Like, I don't like that the win percentages don't like this horse, honestly. That being said, I can't really say anything negative about the horse. Although this is a 68 group, that horse got second last time out, but the GSR does go up. I can't argue with you on that horse, Alan, for sure. I just don't like that it's only 10% to win. I don't get it. That's awesome. Nice going. You had it 10 times, right?
board. I have to tell you, she looks as good now as she did just a couple of weeks ago. She's got her ears pricked. She's coming up here. She is the other Redham in here. Do not be scared of betting her back. La Deuxième Étoile with Frankie Dettori.
So Doug O'Neill, Redham owns the 2. And who's the other horse? Oh, the 5. It's got to be Redham, right? Yeah, the 5 horse. So Redham owns the 2 and the 5. And the 2 right now is
The horses have reached the starting gate.
7-1. So the 2's not getting bet.
This is the Sunshine Millions Filly and Mare Turf Sprint. And it's
Oh, shit.
presented by John Deere.
We got this, Cindy. We got it. We got this. I'm afraid of the 5 for sure. The 5 is tactical. The 3 is tactical, but the 5 has post to sit. Now the 3 can rate, no problem, but has to be near the pace. And clearly the 2 is going to go to the lead.
Taming the Tigers.
9 underneath. I think the 9. I think I had a note on that 9 as well. Oh, the 7 horse. The 7 horse can be in the money. Bella D. So if you're playing exotics, maybe throw Bella D in there in the exotics.
Sunshine Babe.
All right, you guys. Good luck to you.
Thames Little Angel to the outside.
I would imagine the 2 is going to be on the lead. Here's the Sunshine Millions Filly and Mare Turf Sprint.
It pays to be Calbred. And they're off in the Sunshine Millions Filly and Mare Turf Sprint, presented by John Deere. Sunshine Babe is quick, but there are a host of them battling for the lead.
I can tell you that based on what I mean, look at the pace number is so sick. Look at that. I mean, that's exactly what we predicted. The only thing I will say about the 3 I didn't like is the jockey had to really ask to get 6 to 5 is crazy, but they had to ask that horse to get near the pace. I didn't like that, and now getting pressed on the outside. So
Sunshine Babe is right next to her. And Thames Little Angel is at
I don't
the
know
back of the field.
if how much that's going to favor the 3. Somehow the 3 got on the outside of the 5 and the 5 got on the rail. I'm not really sure how that happened.
Down at the rail, fighting on very willingly with a quarter of a mile to go. These 2 are stride for stride. Clean Karma on the outside. Big Summer at the rail. Big Summer now tries to sneak away and opens up a length and a half. Just behind them, Eddie's New Dream looking for a seam along the inside. And Alice Marble is finishing well too, a 16th to run. Big Summer 2-length lead. Alice Marble on the outside and Eddie's New Dream. Eddie's New Dream.
How hard did the 1 fight?
Big Summer keeps on going, and it's Big Summer.
1-5-3.
Win the Sunshine Millions Filly and Mare.
Oh my God.
Presented by John Deere. Eddie's New Dream and Alice Marble.
Oh. 1-5-3. I mean, what a good race that was. Oldie, sorry for you. Yeah, I know. Alan, you had that. Good job. Good call on that. Charles liked that. Good job, Charles. Tom's still alive. Joe Bravo on the turf. Yeah, I mean, that horse, I don't think that horse was even changing leads, but that horse, you know, it figured on numbers. And there came the 9 for 4th. We talked about that horse. And my 7 didn't run a bad race for 5th. Look at that. How's that? I told you that 7 might run. Not that it's going to help you any. Anybody play a Pentafecta? Bravo monster ride. I agree, Justin. Yeah. Well, you know, this coast to coast has been pretty chalky, right? It's been chalky so far. That 1 horse ran huge. Carla Gaines, 1, 5, and 3. The 3 got overbet. It did. 3 got overbet. 1, 5, 3. That 9 horse. One of you called that 9 horse. Good call. The 7 horse Bella D, which the long shot I called, got 5th. But you put the 9 horse in the 4th spot, you got paid. And the 1 horse Big Summer. I mean, it looked good on paper. It did. Look at 3 back. It won against a 64 group. It moved up. The win percentage dropped a little bit. I didn't like that win percentage dropping, but I was wrong. And this horse's form is fantastic. Not only that, too. I mean, if you're really a fan, you root for Carla Gaines. So I don't know Carla personally. I claimed a horse off of her one time, but she seems like a really nice person. Always root for people like that. So Gulfstream is finito. And Santa Anita's done. We have 2 more races for the coast to coast. Before the coast to coast, so the 8th race. So how many of you are still alive? I want to put that down. I'm going to stay with you guys through this 8th race at Santa Anita. So I'll be with you another hour. But who's alive in the coast to coast, and to what horses? Oh, Tony, you're alive in the pick 6. Tom's alive to the 9. So you have the 9 in the coast to coast, Tom? Gary's Art's alive to the 1, 3, 6, 7. And okay. And then Alan's alive to the 7 and 8. Gary 1, 7, 8. Tom's alive in the pick 6 as well. Golden hour? Yeah, we can do the golden hour. Sunriser's alive to the 1 and the 8. Wait, Tom, you're alive to the 8 or the 9? Was it the 8? One and 8. Alive to all but 2. Crone is killing it. Okay. All but 2 in the 7, 8, and 9 2 times. Joe, what are you alive to in the coast to coast? All right, so we're going to do a golden hour, okay? Which starts at Santa Anita race number 9. It's a $1 denomination. 4, 7, and 8. Okay. Okay. And then the golden hour wager, which you can get right here on the track drop down. Click on that, put in your ticket. It's a $1 denomination, so we'll put in 120 bucks. Charles, 4, 7 in the next leg. When you say next leg, you mean the last leg of the coast to coast? What's up, Wes? How are you, Wes? I hope you guys are doing well. You're very welcome. Wish you guys all the best. I hope you're doing great. Okay, does anybody have any insight to any of these races here in the golden hour? Anybody? I'm confused as to why it's Golden Gate Fields. Oh, I know why. Because there's so many races. Good. I hope you're bugging the hell out of him. He deserves it. Give him hell. Put him to work. Okay. Nick, you like the 9 in race 10 at Santa Anita? The 9? The one I threw out? This one. Like love? Like love? Actually, I don't know why it's only 4%. I think it looks better than 4%. I will say that. I'm bringing it back. I'm bringing it back into the fold. I just don't know if we can get there with it. We have to find, yeah, it's 20 to 1 EquinEdge morning line, but I would agree with you. The negative is it's okay, it's a 60. Let's see what it did. I don't know that it wants, I don't know. Kitchenman's already won a race. I don't know that it's going to run its best at 9 furlongs, to be honest with you. But it's certainly not a bad long shot for sure. You tell your dad that he knows who makes the best pancakes already, okay? Tell him not even to start, like, hands down, I'm the pancake champion for sure. That's for sure. I make the meanest pancakes. Bravo on the turf. Pratt's in the race. Pratt, Rispoli, Hernandez, Dettori, Velasquez. When did Bravo be? I mean, Bravo's good. I'm just busting your chops, Stephen. But I mean, Bravo's good, but he's not even in the top 5 on the turf in this colony. He's good. I mean, he's an old man too. But he ran a hell of a race in that last race for sure. But he was also on a strong contender in the race. So Cindy kind of likes Rose Dawson, who. What's up? Where have you been? Hernandez gets off of this horse. No, he's not even in this. Oh, no, what am I talking about? He's not at Golden Gate. Off the 5. Radke gets off the 2. All right, okay, I got to get focused here. It looks like you're dealing with a really, really tough golden hour. What are we looking at? Do we have time?
Position number 5. Here's Oplombato.
I mean, you got it. I mean, top class, 32%, top EquinEdge pick. I don't know. I will say this. I don't like that the EquinEdge morning line is only 5 to 2.
Also up to the gate,
but this horse is really tough when it clears. This horse seems best on the lead.
Condor Cats and El Capriccio about to load in next. Two back, early release, your current favorite at 7-5. Those odds could change, but that's where we sit with him. And the last one to come up, Saxon
What's
Saga.
wrong with the 7 horse, right? I think the
Your
7
Saxon
horse.
Saga.
I would maybe Al Capriccio.
We're ready to go.
We're ready to go, Matt Dinnerman says. Here we go.
And we're off. Big difference had to take up at the start. Piper's Causeway had an alert beginning. He's up top early. Early release on the inside, asked to take back and sit off in the early stages with Saxon Saga second. Piper's
Where's the
Causeway
track at,
with a clear
Drew?
lead down the backstretch. Coming back to Oplombato with El Capriccio. Prospect of rain inside of that pair. Another length and a quarter to Condor Cat, second to last. And big difference who took up at the start. He's last right now, checking off of heels into the turn. About 6 or 7 lengths behind Piper's Causeway, who leads the charge around the far turn. Piper's Causeway by a half length. Saxon Saga closer in second. Early release finds himself in a pocket. He's third right behind the leaders. El Capriccio alongside him now, being asked to get going. The others are out of it at this point. Condor Cat swings to the far outside, tries to mount a rally from there. Down the
Horse
stretch.
done.
Piper's
5
Causeway,
horse.
furlong
Bam.
left, the length and a half clear. Saxon Saga can't get him second, nor can early release. The others are struggling as they come to the line.
5, 4, 8.
And Piper's Causeway is going to
Piper's
give Urban
Causeway.
Orozco his 4th win today. Piper's Causeway, gate to wire. Early release second. Saxon.
Piper's Causeway, 30% to win. 4 horse. You know what? This is just, listen, it's not the 4. It's not that I hated the 4, but I've noticed like when you have a big favorite like this and the EquinEdge morning line, you see 7-5 and the EquinEdge morning line says 5-2. I don't know, something about that where these horses don't always run that well. So maybe take the next horse, Piper's Causeway, 4-1. I'm just teasing you, Drew. Oh, come on, Rory, be nice. Be nice. What, Paul? Let's see here. Used to go with Paul LaDuca. I haven't checked, but I'm pretty sure Paul still uses EquinEdge. Okay, you have 4 and 7 left in the coast to coast. All right, Charles does. Okay. You know what? Look, it's one of the smaller tracks. I've been there a couple of times. It really is kind of like a ghost town there, if I'm being honest. But I haven't found the racing to be terrible. All right, I'm going to refresh here, but okay, here we go. Charles has 4 and 7. All right, a lot of you alive. Love to see that. Also in the pick 6, the mandatory payout in this pick 6 as well at Santa Anita. All right. "12 minutes before race number 7. Ice colds. I think this 7-horse Geezer might run better. Second time out. How about Oakland Park? Oakland Park, well, we're only covering Stronach tracks. I will just look, it's the last race, bunch of first-time starters. I think this is honestly, it's such an advantage with EquinEdge when you're judging first-time starters. 6-5 EquinEdge morning line, Indian Rush, 75 on the pace. You could have one of these first-time starters run really good. Like if you look at the 7-horse, Fly Like the Wind. Isn't that a song? Fly like the wind. Da-da-na-na. Da-da-da-da. Da-na-na-na. Da-da-da-da. Who sings that? Besides me so eloquently. Let's see. We do. What races are the golden hour? I don't have them offhand. Fly Like an Eagle. Oh, isn't there a song though that has "Fly Like the Wind" in it? Or Christopher Cross? Is it? No, it's not "Fly Like an Eagle," Scotty. No, ride like the wind. That's what it is. Ride Like the Wind. There you go. There's Coast to Coast for tomorrow. Race 5 at Gulfstream Park. And the show's going to start at 1:30. There we go. They're low. No bueno. No bueno. You know what though? You could say that you hit the very first coast to coast wager. For sure. We could probably throw out all these horses, right? Boom, 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 boom. I'm not going to give this much time, but I love when there's a lot of first-time starters. And you've got a horse that's 25% here. I mean, Brett Calhoun. Brett Calhoun, though, I will tell you this, is not really known for his first-time starters. And then you have this horse who dueled last time out. I like this horse, and I'll tell you why. Draws a good post, has speed. When you have 11 other horses on your flank and you're dueling and you still barely lose, nah, I like the 10. Maybe the 7 can get up and run second. How about this one horse? Kind of like the 1. All right, for second, I'm going to say 1 and 7. 10, 1, 7. All right, that's all I'm giving you on Oakland. All right, let's go out to Santa Anita. 8 minutes before the race. And we were doing the golden hour, weren't we? Let's see. It's tough. The golden hour is tough. Ride like the wind. Do, 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 do. Oh, do your guys selves a favor. Is this 4 scratched? Can you guys tell me if this 4 is scratched? I'm on the staging site right now, and it's got an X through it. I don't know why. Just tell me if it's scratched or not. I gave you 10-1-7 where? 4 is not scratched. Thank you, Nick. All right, so that's a bug. I'm sending it to Brad right now. All right, so ignore that X through the 4, okay? That's just a bug, you guys. This course has got a good number, top EquinEdge pick. Brad's going to fix that. Again, I'm on my test site, so So what happened? What happened in that race at Oakland? Anybody? 5 and 7, exacta box and win. Okay, now I'm curious. Oh, 5 and 7, the first time starter 5. 7 ran good. 10 didn't run, huh? Oh, they're taking off now. Oh, okay. Let me know. I was gonna say the 5. Okay, they're coming onto the track for the California Cup Derby, $200,000 purse, and these are 3-year-olds. And I'm just giver, not a taker. Probably going to be tough, no doubt, but give Geezer another chance. It ran unusually poor last time out, and I don't know why. I think it might be better than that. Here's a couple of horses Cindy likes. Passerando, this horse, I mean, certainly looks to have a good look. Earned 219,000, been in the money in 6 of 7 tries, and the one poor effort. The horse is only 6% to win, and it's interestingly enough though it's won at 5% twice. Not easy to do. I don't know. So sometimes you have to throw races out. I will say this horse doesn't seem to have any speed, and this horse broke last in that race in the on over at Pleasanton, and breaking last over at Pleasanton is not going to be a recipe for success in the bull ring there. So maybe you can really just throw that race out. Plus, the horse was 9-1 for whatever reason. It was 6% to win. It wasn't meant to really run well. Doug, you're going to keep Passerando? So I really want. Let's look at them on the track just a bit.
Right, Craig Lewis with Hector Berrios up. And number 7
There's Geezer.
is Geezer, owned by Royalty Stable, trained by Hector Palma, the jockey Tiago Pereira. That's the field for the Cal Cup Derby. Post time on the board in just 3 minutes.
It's that time for Fan of the Day here at Santa Anita. And Ryan and Aaron were kind enough to join me. Pretty local, Thousand Oaks?
Yeah, Thousand Oaks, pretty local.
Okay. Now, Aaron, have you ever come to the racetrack before?
Yes, we've been here ever since we were very young. I was always told that I always wanted to, root for the pink horse, but
Pink horse.
that's all I remember.
What pink
Now
horse?
I just love to come see the horses. So
Pink.
you
There
root
are
for the
pink horses. Am I
today?
missing
You know
something?
what? For old time's sake, sure.
Who do you like in here?
Right now, I like Thirsty John. We come here with our grandparents all the time, and my grandpa.
Oh, it came in 110.
This is a good ode.
I thought you might have gone with Giza. That's my son's favorite.
I like Geezer. It's a fun name. Good thing to say.
All right. Well, very best of luck to you. They are going with the number 1 Thirsty John, Fans of the Day. Thanks for coming out.
Thanks so much.
Oh, the 8 horse. That would make sense. I'm like, pink horse. I ain't gonna work in this race because there is no pink saddlecloth. Came in 1-2 over at Oakland. First time starter. And the 1, look at, we talked about that 1 horse. 10-1-7. Why couldn't the 10 run? The 1 horse ran great. Give it another try. Give it another shot. Sometimes you got to forgive horses. 21%.
Here prior to the Cal Cup Derby, and we're going to talk about a long shot in here. I like the 6 in here.
Oh, it's been a bias, Charles.
Crypto Ride currently 11-1, just beaten ahead.
Disappointing effort from the 10, huh?
Last time out, and you're getting a big price.
1 minute before this race. Okay.
He looked really good. He had some trouble in that last race,
Look.
and that's why I think Giver Not a Taker got him a little bit at the wire. One thing I did notice about him was in the paddock, he looked a little bit rambunctious getting saddled. Out here, he just kind of is a little bit, I guess, distracted a little bit. You can see Hector Perios with his irons out with him. He's kind of just being a little funky. So just something to watch as he's out here on the track.
I think he's just being a little bit naughty. I honestly feel the talent is there.
He's being a little bit funky. What do you do with that?
Of all of these,
What do you do? You bet a funky horse? I don't know. Maybe I'll bet a funky horse.
Right now, 10-1. Giver Not a Taker, currently 9-5. I'm not sure there's anything we've seen out here that could dissuade us.
I agree. His only bad race was on the turf against Grade 3 company. So I definitely give him a nod. He's been ultra consistent, and I think he's classy.
A note on the 1, Thirsty John, currently 2-1. We all know Peter Miller can train one off the layoff.
I'm still saying that the 1 horse is going to have the lead, going to have an easy lead, going 8.5 furlongs. I just don't think. I mean, it's a big drop in GSR. I think the horse is going to stop. I really do. I think they're taking a shot because there's a lot of money in the purse for this Calbred, but I just think this horse stops. I do. The 7 horse, I think you got to give another shot to. The chalk pretty much is the 2 and the 4, 9-5 and 2-1. The reason I would give an advantage over the 2 horse, give it to the 4, is because the 2 really has no speed, and I don't really see a big pace duel in here. So, I'd probably lean towards the 4. I think the jockey on the 4, which is Flavian Pratt, he's smart. He can judge pace. The 1's going to go flying to the lead, but there is nobody else. So I would imagine that Flavian will sit a good trip, and I think the best jockey is going to probably win this race. But I would give I wouldn't ignore the 7 horse to maybe turn things around. As far as on the track goes, 7 looked okay. 4 horse looks very, very good. 9-5 right now. Cold Medina, play that funky music, white boy. Play that funky music. Play, how's it go? That music, do 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 do. $81 exacta. All right, 4 horse looks. It really does look really good. Probably 9-5 is really good odds on this horse. I think the 7 horse at 8-1 deserves a long shot look, but I think it's going to be 4-2. I'm going to call 4-2-7. Let's see what happens here. Frank Marimani has the call. $200,000 on the line.
It's post time for the Cal Cup Derby. Merit Song goes in the colors of BG Stables. Congratulations to BG Stables, winning the Jerome in New York today. Crypto Ride.
Till You Die. Thank you, Rodney. Till You Die. All right. Who we all voting for here? The 4 horse looks fantastic on the track. I think the 8 can turn, the 7 can turn things around. And the 2 horse is certainly a player.
Geezer to the outside.
But the 4 is the horse to beat. The starting gate? What was the starting gate? I guess I haven't. I don't know. Maybe.
And they're off in the California Cup Derby. Giver Not a Taker and Thirsty John dueling for the early lead.
I'm shocked that the jockey on the 7 decides to go 10 wide here. I mean, just horrible. And the 4 horse is dealing with the 1. He needs the EquinEdge GSR to know that the 1 can't sustain it. The 2 sits the best trip. Right now, if I could put $1,000 on the 2, I would.
Giver Not a Taker under a stronghold in second, and Crypto Ride.
I hate the ride. I hate the ride by Pratt. Let the 1 go.
It's 2 more back to Passerando and Geezer.
Now, I think one of you said earlier in the show that Pratt's struggling a little bit. Like 23-2 for these young horses going this distance is very fast. You can see that the 1, like, look at, I mean, he's out. And the 4 is already toast, it looks like.
Giver Not a Taker. Crypto
I told the 7's toast. I mean, he went 7-8 wide in the first turn. Nah, 4's still going to get this done, I think. I really do think that the 1 is going to stop late. 2's running a very disappointing race.
Giver Not a Taker. The Peter Miller runners 1-2 coming to the quarter pole. 4 lengths back to Crypto Ride in third. Geezer is fourth, 7 off the lead. Passerando is down at the rail. They turn for home, and Thirsty John digging in gamely drifts out while widening.
How about Hernandez on this 1? I mean, look at the 1 is not changing leads.
4 back to Passerando.
I mean, this 4, you would think would have caught this horse by now. Hey, the 1's breathing fire right now. Come on, Pratt. Get up. Hernandez is just a stud right now. That was just a horrible race to watch, honestly.
Second best, Passerando and Crypto Ride.
1-4-2. 1-4-2. I will say, I don't know. I think should Flavian have been so close to the 1? I don't know. Oh, they had to crawl home. That's a good thing, Jay. I mean, that horse wasn't changing leads, was stopping. I mean, they went 7-1 down the stretch. I mean, that is absolutely crawling. And the 2, no excuses, and the 7, like I said,
Thirsty John was first.
the jockey on the 7.
Second, 2
I really super don't understand why a jockey, Tiago Pereira, who's not a terrible jockey at all, but that was just a bad decision. Sometimes you don't get the rides. Sorry, Ian. We got Golden Gate coming up. Okay, so race number 8 is the last of the coast to coast. So I'm going to hang with you guys through that. The Golden Hour. Let's go to the Golden Hour real quickly and see if we can come up with something. Oh, sorry, Charles. The pace number is so sick. It is. It's just the GSR was so low on that horse, but that was such a weak race. Terrible. So you might seriously consider singling this 1 horse. You might on the stretch out. But the GSR does drop for the horse. Get it, Tom. I personally think that, these algorithms on here are so good, all of them. The win percentage algorithm wins 36% of the time. The EquinEdge long shot wins 14% of the time and is in the money 33% of the time. Did you know the EquinEdge top pick is in the money 77% of the time, first, second, or third? Like the GSR, we all know is sick. It's not a win percentage algorithm, but it wins 25% of the time. The SOR speaks for itself. And I think the pace number, if I had to choose 1, I would take the pace number. Like, it's crazy how good that pace number is. If you're not familiar with it, it predicts who's going to be on the lead or in second place at the first quarter of a mile 72.5% of the time. It's unprecedented. We nailed that algorithm. We got very, very lucky. We built like 4 different pace number algorithms, and I never even put them on the site because they were terrible. And then all of a sudden we created a new one with some new technology and just absolutely nailed it. Like, it's just so good. So good. Pace makes the race, does. Speed kills speed, and you need class. That's why the SOR is next to the pace, because you could have a top pace number, but if it's got a low SOR and even a low GSR for that matter, but in it's going to happen. But in that last race, it didn't matter. One horse went gate to wire and had a really low GSR, and they were crawling home. I still think that Flavian made a mistake. He was in between horses and dueling with the front runner. Or he wasn't even dueling, he was sitting behind it. So if he sits back and lets the horse breathe a little bit, does he finish and beat the one? I don't know, maybe. I mean, he barely lost to the one, so I'm not criticizing him. I just, like, he had to know the one was way faster than him. This, you might want to play the golden hour wager, because I think it's going to pay. I really do. Like, look at the top win percentage here is only 21%, and it's 7-2 on the EquinEdge morning line. How about this 8 horse? 17%. EquinEdge long shot, 20-1 morning line, 7-2 EquinEdge morning line. We've seen horses like this before, and so many EquinEdge users are hitting massive tickets this past week and singling horses like this. Would you have the cojones to single a horse like this? I don't know. Top SOR, second top GSR, 7-2 on the EquinEdge morning line, second top win percentage, and EquinEdge long shot. That's what you're looking for. I'm sure one day we'll run that for sure. We've just never run it before, but I will tell you this: just on seeing it, they win way more of the time for sure. The single is in the 9 in San Anita 8th. Wait, say that again? The single is in the 8th is done. So who are we talking about? Oh, the 9 in San Anita 8th. Huh? Isn't the 8th done already or no? Oh, no, it's coming up. I'm sorry. Cast member, that's a single? Big drop in GSR as well as much tougher here. I didn't like that horse. Look, it was 52% last time out. It's 10% today. It was an 81 GSR. It's a 63 today. It was a 60 SOR at face last time out, and it barely hung on, and now this is a 66. I don't like the 9. I don't want to talk you off of it. Personally, it wouldn't be the type of horse I would like based on the metrics. All right, let's check out Golden Gate Fields.
Here, maybe, but she's run two very good races over this track here. She's won a couple of first-level allowances, including 2 starts ago. So she makes sense in here in a pretty competitive race. I want to mention she's a ghost, number 3, comes off a 4th place finish. I thought she ran a huge race first off the claim for Sammy Quavario, had pressure the whole way on the lead, got a little bit tired.
Well, yesterday, how about the 3 horse? Look at the 3 horse. Look at, if you guys were late and you didn't hear what I had said, I'm going to show you. I played a pick 5. Watch this. I think it was 120, something like that. Let me see how much it was.
Win this race, but I'm going to bet that an off-a-pace horse wins this race.
No, was it yesterday or the day before?
Good luck.
No, it was the day before, I think. Gulfstream Park. I'll show you an example of this. Pick 5. I forget how much it was for, but let me put it in. It was $432. This is my ticket. Look who I singled. EquinEdge long shot, 42%, 7-2 EquinEdge morning line. I mean, it was sick. And I singled that horse. But I didn't play this ticket because I fell asleep. When I was handicapping, I did this and I said, okay, I'll put it in. I had 20 minutes before the race and I fell asleep and I didn't put it in. And look, I paid $32,266. True story. And these types of horses, they come up, maybe maybe 2 or 3 times a week. Maybe you'll see that. But look at that. That's a single every day, guys. Every day.
Made their way to the gate for race number 9.
You do that and then spread out in the other races, and then
field of 7 in this race,
you're
ladies
good.
And gentlemen.
So I don't like horses like the 1. First of all, it's not the top win percentage, and it's the favorite. And then you have a horse like the 5 horse is 34%, but it's down on the board. So I would probably take a horse like this 7 horse who's 5-2 EquinEdge morning line, the speed of the race. And if not, a horse to come from behind would be the 6 horse, who's the EquinEdge long shot. This horse fits the bill here. I think this horse might run a good race. 32K it paid, yeah. And I fell asleep.
She's a Ghost, post 3.
Madeira Wine seems to need the lead.
Scherzo.
And we know the 7 needs the lead, but the 7's on the lead every single time.
To round out the field, Madeira
and
Wine.
Faced a 58 group last time out.
Madeira Wine is in.
Now 7's been off a while, so it's going to be pretty keen. So 7's going. It could set it up for a closer, and if so, maybe take a look at the EquinEdge long shot, the 6, because the 5 and the 7 are going to be flying. The 3 has speed on the inside and seems to need the lead for its best. So holy hell, hold on to your hats. Maybe that's why the one's getting so much action. Somebody's coming from behind.
And Lerov and Trojan Clubhouse left the gate without the jockey.
Jockey lost the 7.
Who's just fine in there, but obviously,
but he's going to be part of the pace.
Disappointed in that occurrence there, as you can imagine, in Trojan Clubhouse.
Wow, it's a fast horse.
Running loose in front of the field. Madeira Wine up on the pace.
Look at that horse.
Off into the turn. So with this deal with Trojan Clubhouse, this really affects the pace scenario.
It does.
As Madeira Wine leads the way around the turn, it opens up 2 lengths on She's a Ghost, who's running in second. That's Amare 3rd right behind her. Reverie 4th in the early part, a gap of 3 to Scherzo. And Clock Strikes 12 is the trailer as they make their way up the backstretch. And Trojan Clubhouse has gone towards the 6 furlong chute. So she's well away from the horses here, the field, which is a good thing. They make their way down the backstretch. Madeira Wine still up top, a length and a half. She's a Ghost in the second position. She's gotten a good stalking trip. That's Amare 3rd. Referee to the outside. Another 2 lengths to Scherzo. Clock.
I mean, you just gave the EquinEdge top pick an easy lead and went 50 and 3 for the half.
In 3 furlongs. Madeira Wine
like
first off the claim.
The EquinEdge long shot has got horse. We talked about the 6 horse. Nobody else is running.
Referee attempts to get closer in 3rd.
Literally nobody.
Stays on the rail.
Good luck catching this 5.
Behind, 4 more back to Scherzo. Clock strikes 12. Really asked to pick it up. She's being asked to get going by Brian Pena. Swings to the outside. Still 7 lengths behind. They come down the lane, and Madeira Wine's going strong. Madeira Wine by 2. Reverie coming out of the pack, chasing. Clock strikes 12. Still trying to get into it, but she's got too much ground to make up. And Madeira Wine keeps going strong. Madeira Wine for Kevin Radke. Gate to wire, 2 wins for Manny Badia. Madeira Wine wins it. Clock strikes 12 second. Reverie 3rd.
Good call by Matt. Top EquinEdge pick wins. I mean, just a slow pace, and the 7 broke bad out of the gate, which was the other speed. And yeah, top EquinEdge pick wins the race. 9-2 you got. There's an inquiry. I didn't see what happened out of the gate. You might want to hold your ticket if you bet it, because if for whatever reason the 7 was held in the gate by accident, then they might give a refund on all bets, included the 7. You had that, Aaron? Nice. Doug had that. All right. Nice, you guys. You know, I'm telling you, speed kills speed. Sometimes it makes it tough because you see all this pace and you're like, what do I do? But if somehow one of them happens to get an easy lead, and it's a lot of times it's difficult to know. You couldn't have known that and obviously the 7 was extremely fast. We saw that, right? The 7 got a partial workout in that race as well. Oh, you did, Aaron? Nice. It's going to bode well. 14 minutes before the last leg of the Coast to Coast. Have you guys enjoyed this wager? I have. You know, look at a horse like this, like the 4. It's 10-1 EquinEdge morning line. It's 8% to win. Going on the synthetic, the GSR drops 12 points. It's only got 3 wins in 27 races. There's really nothing different that's happening for a horse like the 4. You can't use horses like this. Jonathan Wong takes over on the 2 horse. Manny Padilla, new trainer of the 5, who just won. So you couldn't use the 4, but 5 horse wins. And 5-1-6-3. So Madera won, winning that race. First time off the claim for Manny Padilla. But we were talking about this, and you got to try to beat horses like this. If I don't know if you guys, I've told some of you on the coaching class. By the way, if you haven't joined our coaching class yet, you might want to do that. Like we just had this conversation that if a horse is the betting favorite and it's not our top win percentage, it wins 18% of the time, even less. I mean, this horse is 13%. But if you want to join the coaching class, go to EquinEdge.com and just click here. And there's 3 slots. There's 2 on Thursdays, 1 in the afternoon, 1 at night, and then there's 1 on Saturday. So you can see there's 9 spots left for Thursday and 10 spots for 9 p.m. All right, real easy to do. Just click on it and go. You know, the only reason why I think they would be taking so long with the inquiry here is they might seriously be considering that making the 7 horse a non-starter. Ooh. The 2 just told the 3 horse, you better get back. No change.
Ladies and gentlemen, the stewards have removed the inquiry sign. Please note, though, number 7, Trojan Clubhouse will be declared a non-starter.
Well, there you go, guys.
Number 7.
So if you had the 7 in there
declared a
somewhere, so they must have held the horse. Something
ladies and
happened.
gentlemen, if you played the rolling super high 5 bet, you will be refunded for those
Refunded.
wagers. Per the rules, we must have 7 or more official starters in a race for there to be a rolling high 5 bet. So with the fact that number 7 Trojan Clubhouse is now declared a non-starter, you will have a rolling high 5 refund in those bets. Also, win, play, show, exacta, trifecta, superfecta wagers, you will be refunded for those if you had number 7 Trojan Clubhouse on your tickets.
There you go.
Also, ladies and gentlemen, daily doubles pick 3s. You're going to assume that the 7 Trojan Clubhouse, you're going to play it like it's a late scratch. So with that in mind, number 7 Trojan Clubhouse, if you had her in doubles and pick 3s, you'll get a consolation payout.
All right.
Again, number 7 Trojan Clubhouse declared a
non-starter for the 7 horse.
We want her to at least be close, but you know, it is her first try riding.
All right, Michelle, you.
Back to her last turf race, and that was her worst effort, quote unquote, by far. The reason we're giving her another shot is because that day when she got into the gate, we didn't know it, but there were pads in the gate. She's never gone in pads. Tyler said she was not comfortable with the pads at all. She didn't like them. She never stood up. And then she was just kind of leaving there in a funny way and just never really got into it. So we're giving her another go to see if the grass is okay. I also don't know if she wants to route. This is a huge question mark, but the next race for her isn't until the evening jewel. So we were just giving her a couple of opportunities to see how calibrated she can be.
Very similar to what we saw on opening day. I'm just going to say how that turned out. 9 minutes to post for race number 8. This is the Lee Ann Howard California Cut Oaks. Good luck.
First glance, 9 cast member. Jeff likes the 9. I didn't care for the 9. But we'll stay here and just take a look. This will be our last order of business. I'm gonna leave you guys after this, but don't forget I will be back tomorrow, 1:30 Eastern time, for the coast to coast. So hopefully you can join. It's been a lot of fun. The golden hour as well as it looks tough. I really looked through there carefully. I probably won't have a lot of time to go through it. I didn't see
Field
anything
on the
that
track
I
for the
thought would be a
Leanne Howard
single,
California Cup Oaks.
but we'll
This
give
race
it one
will
more look
include
at.
The coast to coast pick.
But I'm
5,
rooting for you guys in
which had
here.
an
Refund.
opening
That was
pool of
nice.
just
Nice.
under
It was a good refund.
$500,000. Program scratch at number 5, Nivan. They'll be at the gate in 8.
Don't forget, there's a Los Alamitos carryover of $56,000 in the pick 6. Oh, need some coffee. There's the 9 right there. Getting a lot of action right now. 3-1, your second choice. And there's Choli. That's the EquinEdge long shot. I think it's going to be on the lead, but I think it's going to stop late. All right. Who did I have again? Pratt bolts for the 8. That's not a good sign, right? And then, okay, so that's right. I really like the EquinEdge long shot, the 7. I want to take a look at this horse on the track. I had 8 and 7 in here. There's a look at the 1. Looks very nice. Carol Lombard. I thought that horse was a pace horse and was going to stop.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's the field for the Leanne Howard.
Beautiful
Cal
horse,
Cup
though.
Oaks.
Look at that.
Number 1 is Carol Lombard, owned by Nick Alexander, trained by Phil D'Amato, and ridden by Ramon Vasquez. 2
The 8,
Golden
the payout's
Again
not
is
good.
owned by Lovinger, Halas
Yeah.
and Knapp. Steve Knapp trains. Tiago Pereira rides. 3
Very
Grace
nice.
My
Looks
Heart,
very fast, but most
owned
likely
by Mark
stop.
and
There's the
Patricia
3.
Kofer Trust and the Webb Family Trust. Jeff
I
Knopf, the
didn't give this
commissioner.
one that much of
Hector
a
Berrios,
chance.
the jockey. 4 is Charlie, owned by Hanson, Pearson, Scott et al. Ryan Hansen trains. Frankie Dettoria.
Vittoria
6, Loyal to a
aboard.
Fault, owned by Red
There's the
Racing,
6. Big
trained by
long
Doug
shot at
O'Neill
30
and
to 1.
Mario
Your second
Gutierrez.
longest shot in the board. Mario
7,
Gutierrez
Quickly
aboard.
Market, owned by Harris
And
Farms,
I
trained
like
by
this
Sean
horse. Harris
McCarthy with
Farms, Juan Hernandez. Look at that horse.
8 is
Looks
Sell the Dream,
amazing.
owned by
And the 8,
Brown,
Sell the Dream, looks
Klein,
great too for
and
Brian
Leopard.
Corner and Flavian
Trained by
Pratt.
Brian Corner with Flavian Pratt. And 9 cast member is owned by George Krikorian.
Looks okay to me.
Trained by
7 and 8
Tim
look
Young
best
with
to
John
me.
Velasquez.
Even after seeing the horses on the track, I'm sticking with my 7 and 8. I actually think the 7's good enough to beat the 8. Get a full view of these horses on a head-on view. That's a great view of the horses, by the way. I miss Santa Anita. I haven't been there in a while. There's a look at the 7 horse. And looks like Millie Ball is going to come on any minute and talk about some of these horses. Maybe she knows something. I mean, 7 and 8, both of them equally look fantastic.
Was exceptional. I thought she showed a really good turn of foot. Sean McCarthy said that the heavens just kind of opened for her and she got the room that day. Her biggest asset is her turn of foot and she can sit handy and she drew well this afternoon. Sell the Dream. I agree that she should be one of the major contenders in here. She ran such a good race in the Surfer Girl, course and distance. Was the Surfer Girl. And then on the outside, you have cast member. We lose Vasquez, but we gain Johnny Velasquez. And I love the fact that Johnny's already won on this 3-year-old filly. She's done nothing wrong. Tim feels that the impression is she's going to enjoy the grass, the way she trains on the main track. And the only negative, I think, for her is that she drew outside. It's a bit of a tough post. So that's the only thing I think that goes against cast member. But if she can take to the grass the way she's been running her dirt races,
all right,
she again should be.
So we'll look at this ourselves. Sean McCarthy likes the 7, quick turn of foot. I don't blame him. This horse broke last or 10th of 12 horses, only lost by 5 lengths. I mean, that was not a good trip whatsoever. And arguably, this might be an easier field. The 8, Sell the Dream, 40% to win. Looks very, very good. You know, on the turf, this horse has never been this kind of a win percentage. So I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt. She broke from the 10 hole last time out, ran a good. She's really never ran a poor race on the turf. She broke her maiden going 5 furlongs, and then 2 second place finishes and a third in the grade 3 race. So again, arguably this is an easier field. I'm on the 7 and 8. Choli is the EquinEdge second pick. And it's a big drop in GSR on the turf. And Pratt bolts, like I said, after a win, bolts to the 8 horse. So that tells you what he thinks. The horse drops from 45% and barely won, breaking its maiden. This is a lot to ask. I know the EquinEdge second pick, and but this is a lot to ask of this horse for Ryan Hansen. Frankie Dettori jumps aboard again, but you lose Pratt. Sean's record on turf. I'm not sure what his record on turf. We don't have that stat yet. We'll probably end up having it. We're definitely going to have a few stats, but the metrics, Roy, the way it works is the metrics are actually they're looking at the statistics and forming what you see, right? So it does it for you. So the idea is that you would handicap the metrics and not the statistics. I just really like this 7. Two minutes before the race. I'm rooting for you all. Sunriser needs the 1 and the 8. Tom needs the 8. Crone has an all but the 2, and there was 3 horses in which Crone would get it twice. Art has the 1, 3, 6, 7. Jotham has the 4, 7, and 8. Charles the 4 and 7. Alan has the 7 and 8, and Gary has the 1, 7, and 8. So I'm rooting for you guys. 15% on the turf. There you go. There's your answer. Thank you, Oldie. I knew that some of you would like Carol Lombard on the for sure, and I get it, but it's hard to know this horse's level, to be honest with you. It broke its maiden on the turf, same surface, same distance. That was a 46 group. This is 20 points higher. It barely got up to beat 5 horses in that particular race, and then it faced a 60 group, so it showed that it can handle some class. But again, there was only 4 horses there. I don't know. I mean, there's a couple of horses in here that are really nice. I just can't get down with the 1, but it is 9-2 on the EquinEdge morning line. It's got a decent GSR. The top GSR by far is the 7, Quickly Park It. It's got 2 wins. I think this horse looks tough, and then the 8 as well. The 3 horse grazed my heart. This horse broke its maiden 2 back and then went on the dirt on a wet track and got second against 4 other horses. Was that the same race as the 1? No. Well, that was the 3 I was looking at, wasn't it? So this horse, the 1 horse, excuse me, Carol Lombard, just broke its maiden, is 10% now. Really difficult to come and break your maiden and come back and win. If you were D'Amato, would you try? Yeah, I would. And Vasquez gets off of the 9 after winning a horse that had won 3 straight races. And it's interesting. Like maybe we shouldn't be ignoring the 3 horse who's 5-1 right now. Or the 1, excuse me. I don't know why I keep looking at the 1 and 3 and getting confused. Oh, did they take off? Thank you, Oldie.
Second, just 3/4 off the leader. Then it's Charlie in third, followed by Loyal to a Fault, 5 lengths off the leader. Another 2 to Golden again, outside Carol Lombard, who's covered up at this stage. At the back, Graze My Heart and Quickly Park It, or Stride for Stride. Half mile to go in the Leanne Howard Cal Cup Oaks. And Sell the Dream has been there every step of the way. In hand, just under a length. Cast member is in second, gets a nudge to go after her now. At the rail, Charlie third and Loyal to a Fault just outside of her fourth. 3 lengths off the lead as they head toward the 5/16. Carol Lumgard is looking for racing room now, trying to get out, and finds a little bit of a seam with a quarter of a mile
I tell you
to
what,
go.
this 3 horse is
Sell the
really
Dream,
moving
cast
nicely,
member
but
right
going to
up
be mired on the
alongside.
rail.
They'll
But
come to the 8th pole together.
I'll watch.
3
The
back to
7's not running
Charlie
at
in
all.
third. In the center,
Here
Carol
comes the
Lumgard is
3.
finishing with a bit of interest, and here's
And
Graze
gonna
My
win this
Heart.
race.
And Graze
That's
My Heart is
insane.
coming nicely on the
Such a
outside.
wow! Look at
Sell
that.
the Dream, cast member, Graze My Heart
No
on the
wonder
outside.
Vasquez got off.
Graze My Heart, sell the
Pratt is so
Dream.
good.
Photo
Oh,
finish.
what a race!
In the Leanne
I think the
Howard
3 nosed out the 8. I don't. That was a really good race. That is a nice horse to come in and break its maiden and come back in and win in this this state bred $200,000 race. Wow. And was lugging in a bit, was a bit green. This is a talented Calbred. 5-1 over 6-5. 7 never ran. Disappointing. Last place. 9 ran very good.
Photo finish.
Wow. How many times do you see Pratt lose up by a nose on the wire? The head bob. There it is. That's the 3 all day long. 389. Yeah, it is, Alan. It's the 3 for sure. I'll tell you what, how good is Vasquez? You give Vasquez mounts, and that guy does such a nice job. Such a nice job. So who had that? Art had that. Man, of all of you, the only one that had that was Art. Well, congratulations, Art, to you. Great job in putting that horse in there. And that was a really nice effort by this horse. Graze My Heart Mullins. And I mean, he chose this, the 1. Why I keep saying that for? What is it about the 1 and the 3? So that was Barrios and Mullins. My bad, guys. I'm so sorry. Anthony, did you have that? 7, so disappointed. Yeah. Good job, Art. Nice, Leo. Bring it home, Rory. What is the weirdest thing? Why I keep thinking that Vasquez is on the 3.
Grazed My Heart was first. 8
Grazed My Heart,
Dream
Barrios.
second.
Nice ride.
Third, 2
Horse was
Golden
lugging
Again
in,
fourth, and 1 Carol
and
Lumgard finished
noses
fifth. 3-8.
the 8 horse. How about the 2 horse? Watch this head bob right there. Very close though, but Golden Again, the 2 getting 4th to round out the superfecta. So, but congratulations to Jeff Mullins on getting that win. And there's 5 minutes before Golden Gate Fields. So thank you, Christy. All right, you guys, that's gonna do it for me. I want to hopefully see you guys tomorrow, as we've got the Coast to Coast wager tomorrow starting at 1:30 Eastern time. I'm going to take a little bit of a break, get a bite to eat, and then I'm going to get back to handicapping and try to be prepared for tomorrow's races. Good luck if you play the Golden Hour. That starts in race number 9. So I tried to find a single. I couldn't find it. So hopefully you guys have got that. Rodney, thank you so much. Doug, thank you all for tuning in. It was a really great show, and I appreciate it. Thank you to Brian for producing today and hanging with me all day long on the first Coast to Coast. Thank you to Tyler and Andrew, my team. I appreciate Anna and Emmeline and Brad, of course, and Riley, and just the entire team. Really appreciate everybody and the hard work. There's a lot of people behind the scenes that help put this together, you guys. So my job's the easiest of all of them. So, and then the community of EquinEdge too. You guys make this so much fun. So we can't thank you enough. I can tell you, we got a lot of messages on intercom, and a lot of love and a lot of new customers too. Just a lot of new users right now for whatever reason. I think they're seeing it on Twitter because all these people hitting all these big tickets, which has been really, really great. A bunch of people with like small tickets, $4.50, $6, hitting for 4,000 to pick 5, which was really a lot of fun. I want to say there was 12 to 15 different EquinEdge users that hit the pick 5 for that the other day. I was at Santa Anita. I want to say that was on the 2nd of January. Also, if I didn't say it, Happy New Year. I hope all of you have a blessed Happy New Year, and we will see you tomorrow. Okay. Thanks again. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.